Hello, welcome to Usual Paddy. It is the festive holiday period, and for these festivities, I'm joined by Jamie.
Yo.
So, first.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, don't forget the jingle bell.
Oh, sorry, I was just introducing the ones that count. And Martin, the
Hello. Yeah.
Christmas cracker joke of the group.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh no, I was going to say something that would have been just a good compliment. If you're a Christmas cracker, like bad jokes but a good bang.
We're finding something out about Joe tonight, folks.
Which wouldn't count because it's you.
Oh,
I just assume.
at least I can count. I'm like,
Can you?
you know, I know like all the numbers, like 1, 2, like
Cool.
the rest.
Yeah, and the rest.
Yeah,
right.
there's other ones. I know. I just I'll get there eventually.
So it's Christmas period, and although this is like a quick succession in releasing to the previous Paddy, a lot has happened in this time on the run up to Christmas. So first off, I suppose we'll start with the death of your boss, the Queen.
Ah, yes.
Old Queenie popped her clogs.
Yeah, that was sad.
Did you watch the funeral?
I did, yes.
All of it?
Not all.
Was it a requirement?
No, I just watched it at home. I think I watched all like the church service bit.
Did you watch it, Jamie?
I did. I was off work and I watched it up until when they left the first cathedral. Then I had to turn off because I need to get some lunch and I had some housework to do. But yeah, I watched it up to that point.
Because you were crying.
Yeah, all right then.
Because you saw that little spider on the coffin.
I
and you're
did,
like, oh no,
Lizzie's
it's going to get
spider.
buried.
Yeah, Lizzie's spider.
Yeah, it's reincarnated as an 8-legged freak.
Wow. I get the
Opposed
feeling.
to the lizard jokes.
Yeah, I was going to say I get the feeling we're going to see you next in the Tower of London, serving at His Majesty's pleasure now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I tell you something though. What was reduced in TK Maxx were mugs that said "God Save the Queen."
Oh,
They were reduced.
Because that's not bad at all.
Queen's speech is going to be rubbish at Christmas.
Well,
Well, there
yeah,
will be
it
one,
should
won't
be exhumed for it. It'll be the King's speech. That'll be weird, won't it?
I know, but I don't know.
You're not a fan of old Charlie Boy.
I like the Queen. He's a bit weird, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got difficult boots to fill, and he's doing really well
Well, yeah, the
at
women's.
not filling them.
Hmm.
So, I don't know. It's like you'd always like hear about the Queen on the news, but you don't really hear anything about the King anymore. No one gives a toss.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't really had much time to do anything yet, and everyone knows like the royal family's involvement in the world is like gradually getting smaller and smaller.
Well, you say that, but because of Harry, there's like a lot of stuff going around in the news. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
but that's more of a controversial
Yeah, I know, but
thing
he's
rather than
he's not in the royal family anymore. No one likes him anymore.
That's not the royal family, doing their job as such. That's like sensational tabloid news about who's slating who and so on.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough time for the old royal folk.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've been in the news a lot this year, Andrew.
Yep.
Not much of it good, especially from Andrew. But no, just yeah. So yeah, that rocked the world for a bit, and the world was in one. Like, I got the day off work. I caught bits of the funeral, but no, it's not for me.
I remember it was a bit of a shock for me the day that she actually died because it was a Wednesday and I'd been asleep most of the day because it's my first day off.
I mean, did you have money on it happening on like the Tuesday or something like that?
Did you win at
No.
Betfred?
I woke up to find a message on my work group saying that one of my colleagues had very sadly passed away.
The Queen was one of your
No,
one of your residents.
no, colleague, not resident, as in one of the members of staff. had a heart attack at work and was pronounced dead when they got him to hospital. So I was reeling from the news of that. Less than 5 minutes later, it came up all over the TV and the internet that the Queen had died as well. I was like, what the bloody hell's going on? I've only been awake 5 minutes.
Yeah, stealing his
Did you
thunder.
go back to sleep?
Well, no, because I was up then.
Well, you should have probably gone back to sleep.
What,
People
see who
may have
else died?
Stop dying.
Jesus.
Oh, so what we're saying is it's Jamie's fault.
Oh, yeah, clearly, because I woke up, 2 people died.
You woke, yep.
Although, to be fair, no, both of them died while I was asleep. It was just the news of them dying had happened after I woke up.
So if you'd actually been awake doing your job, then just the world would be a better place.
I wouldn't have been doing my job because it was during the day. I work at night.
Ooh, are you like a
Vampire.
I'm a night shift
a
worker,
care
you know
working
that.
vampire, like?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
Fair enough. You're the only one in there that's actually older than the residents.
Oh, says you, Grandad.
I'm not Grandad no more.
You're still Grandad.
I'm not Grandad no more. I am Daddy.
Oh, because that's not disturbing at all.
Daddy!
I will never call you Daddy.
You just did.
There's like a dude who's like legitimately older than me at work, who's like well old, and he's called Grandad. So there we go.
Until he dies.
So you've been
When he
demoted
goes
to
to sleep.
Dad.
Yeah, when Jamie goes, Jamie's.
Then you'll be Grandad.
Yeah, I'll regain the title.
Mr. Old Man. With his old
I'm-
man stash.
I'm like well old, I know, compared to you very young gentlemen who are all older than me.
Yeah. I
So
still
you're the
can't get
baby of
over
the
you're
group.
the youngest one.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's a novelty. It's a genuine novelty for me.
Yeah. Jamie's more like babyface than you.
I am when I haven't got a beard.
Well, I mean, to be fair, how long have we known each other, and it's taken that long for you to grow that thing?
Ha ha ha. I've gone through many beard styles over the years. Just
Yeah,
look at the usual Paddy artwork to see that.
Yeah, I keep having to go onto Facebook and say, what does Jamie's face look like at
Yeah.
the moment?
It's like Jamie's gone through many beards, most of them animated.
Well, you've gone through many beards as well.
Yeah, you had a Lemmy beard, Lemmy mustache at one
Yeah,
point.
you've had Lemmy,
Yeah,
you've
I've had
got
the
a
mutton
stash,
chops.
you had the full beard, you've had no beard, you had the mutton chop. So, you know,
Don't go
I
back
have to look
having
on
no
your
beard.
Facebook again and be like, what does Martin's face look like now?
Well,
And every picture I see is just you looking miserable in the Scottish Highlands.
that was only recently when I did, I did a summer mountain foundation course in Scotland, and we camped out on a mountain in -17 in several feet of snow. So I was really happy to be there.
Sounds like a picnic.
Sounds great.
It was so cold. I take my PS Vita with me, and it was so cold that the memory card stopped working because it just couldn't handle the temperatures. So there you go. It's a bit of trivia for you.
Good to know.
Handheld computers and games consoles don't work in like freezers.
For all them times,
Who'd have thought?
I like to sit in a freezer
Yeah,
with a Vita.
yeah. I know.
Mind you, during the heat wave that we had during summer, you would have liked to have sat in a freezer.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, we're kind of long overdue a bad winter. But we have one more actually important death. Not saying that the Queen's death wasn't important.
I mean,
was
it was up there. It was.
It is, but I think the one that hit harder was the death of the original Green Power Ranger, Jason David Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh.
was well gutted when I heard that news.
Yeah, it came as a shock.
It was suicide as well.
Yeah,
But he just congratulated his daughter on, what's that American thing called? Graduating. And
That's American thing.
yeah, it is.
I mean, we have
People
that as
graduate over here, you know.
Yeah, but no, but they had the proper American mortarboards and all that.
well. We have that as well.
Yeah, but we got it from them.
No, we didn't. It's like universities and shit.
They probably got them from the shop.
Yeah.
And he was like the next day he was supposed to appear at like a fan convention thing. So it was just a big shock that he passed.
big on the convention run.
He was
Yeah.
beloved.
Apparently.
Yeah, and he'd finished filming. I suppose his last film, Legend of the White Dragon, which is like a Power Ranger film.
Is it actual Power Rangers, or is it just some weird kung fu shit?
No, I think it's Power Rangers. I think.
Does he roundhouse kick another T-Rex?
I don't know. It's not been released yet.
Oh, fair enough. That's fair enough.
But as a mark of respect, I will be watching.
Yeah, I think I might as well.
Fair enough.
No, it's weird because obviously I grew up on Power Rangers.
Same.
And yeah, it was a real shock, and it was like quite a gut punch. It's like, oh wow, normally I don't give a shit when people die, but But there you go.
Such a happy person.
Cheery, cheery old me.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but I kind of saw that and I was like, fair enough. Didn't bother me.
Well, I mean, it's the whole suicide thing as well, isn't it? Because we've got
just like Robin Williams.
Robin
you didn't
Williams.
know there was that wrong with him to look at him.
There was Chester from Linkin Park.
Oh God, yeah, Benton.
Yeah. Chris Cornell from Audio Slave. He committed suicide as well.
I'm not familiar with him, but okay.
Yeah, just another unfortunate lapse of life.
Someone died today as well. Oh God, what was his name?
I mean, many people will have. I mean, overall.
All right, I'll rephrase it. Some famous guy died today. He was in a band called The Specials. It was all over Facebook. I can't remember his name though. He died today. So I've just basically dated this episode of Paddy, haven't I, by doing that?
Yeah. Great. Now I have to get my finger out and get this out.
Oh, right. I'm going to date every episode then because I'm sick of bloody waiting.
He's just finding the time at the minute. That much going on at work.
I say you can't even use playing games with me as an excuse because that's dried up a bit recently. Because we're always busy.
Like your testicles.
Just I don't play with myself.
Also, like
make
your
of that sentence what you will.
Dried up.
Anyway.
Yeah. On that cheery note of death. Christmas. So
yeah.
How are you doing? How are you all set for Christmas?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Cool. Jamie, are you all set for Christmas?
Yeah, we've pretty much got everything. I'm second thinking about buying Sharon another present because I don't think I've got her enough. But other than that, yeah, everything's sorted. Yes. I actually cannot for the life of me remember.
So by another present, you mean a present?
No. Yeah. She's got.
Do we need to stop at a petrol station?
I mean,
No.
you put in like a ribbon around your wang and saying
Christmas will be long over by the time this goes out, so I can say I've got her she's up into a happy planning stuff, so I've got her a journal and a specialised set of gel pens to use with it, but I think I might get her something else as well because I'm guessing she's got me.
Is it like an Apple journal where only certain pens are compatible with the paper? Or?
No, but they're like proper quality, nice pens, so they won't scratch or anything like that.
Is it a moleskin journal?
No, I do not believe so.
Is it a leather journal?
No, it's a happy planner journal.
I don't know what makes that any different.
Basically, all arty crafty stuff and diaries. Put them all together into one package. It's all sorts of. I can't explain it because I can't get my head around it.
A scrapbook.
I can't get my head around all the happy planner stuff that she does, but she loves it. So
I still don't know what a happy planner is.
It's journaling.
I don't understand the meaning of the word.
No, I don't either. From all I can gather is it sort of encourages you to, plan and do stuff and encourage.
Oh, like a planner.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that. It's full of like encouraging message and supportive and all that. You can do this, go you, and so on. It's called happy because it's supposed to bring your mood up.
So it's like girly
for Christmas. How long have you been married now?
8 years.
8 years. So 8 years, and you've bought a pad and pen.
Wow. She's really into a happy planner stuff, and they were things that she requested.
You saying it over and over again doesn't mean that we're going to understand what it is.
No, but it's because I can't fully explain what it is myself. I just know that she likes it, and she's pointed out some of the stuff she wants, so I've got her it.
We will get to planning later because I have a thing.
Oh, I.
Do you know?
No, quite a big thing. I might say so myself.
You want to say about blokes who brag
to
about
Paddy
it?
After dark.
Oh yes, and it is dark because we again sat in the woods, but in the car with the lights on, like the doggers that we are not.
Well, no, if we were doggers, wouldn't we have the light off?
The window in case someone gets the wrong idea.
It depends because there's different things, isn't there? If you have like a light on, it means something. Like people can watch or some shit.
If you've got your wang out, then it's kind of.
I don't know. I don't. You're wearing shorts.
Well,
Mind you, your shorts are quite long, so nothing's going to fall out.
You never know.
For that.
I'll fall out with you if something falls out. So, you've bought her a pad and pen. Have you got her anything else?
Not yet, but I'm thinking about getting her something else.
Ooh, what?
I don't know. Basically, I get paid.
Sexy.
I get paid on the 23rd, so I'm literally just going to do the blokey thing, and right before Christmas, just wander into town and find
So
something.
you're going to
extra.
say, like, go on Amazon Prime and say, like, right, what comes tomorrow?
Well, no, because Amazon Prime's in her name, so she'd know. But basically, it'll be a case of
You can use mine if you want to keep it secret.
I'll find something nice in town that I know she'd like, and then I can say, because there'll be 3 presents. It's one from me, one from each of the kids.
You're going to get like an expansion for Valhalla.
There isn't one at the minute.
Oh, okay.
But
Are you
she
actually
doesn't
going to
play
get something
Valhalla.
for yourself?
No, I won't get out for myself.
But that's what Christmas is about. I'm sick of like looking for Christmas presents and going, oh, I kind of want that, and then buying it for myself.
Well,
For
the
me,
idea
I don't
is
have a partner to that I have to be like,
you've got family.
Family don't care. I mean, I've got like family's bits and pieces like I normally do.
Yeah.
So that's not.
I mean, he's going to just walk downstairs on Christmas Day, acknowledge their existence, and go back up to his room.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, me and Sharon wrapped all the kids' presents last night, so.
Oh, see, I've got all the wrapping to do, which I'll probably leave till Christmas Eve, like I always do. Then be up until like 2 a.m. because I get too distracted watching something on the telly when I'm meant to be wrapping presents. That's my life.
Cool.
And many cups of coffee.
Coffee is king.
So what have you got, Lisa?
I don't know.
Oh.
Are you off into town with Jamie on like Christmas Eve?
No, I've
Have you got her a PS Vita?
His idea, hey, you want this Vita? It's got the better screen on it. Don't worry, I'll
Oh, but
show
I'm
you
going
how
to
it
take
works.
these buttons off because I need them.
Yeah, you can have the spare parts. No, we've usually what we do is if we're unsure of what one wants for Christmas, we'll just like set a
money.
budget. We'll buy our own Christmas present, exchange them, wrap them, and then hand them back.
You do not get like a little secret, like, oh, this will be a nice little thing for us, slip that in there. Not like that. Don't put a bow on your dick or anything.
Oh God, no! It's she got like clothes and stuff like that, but she's what she's done in the past is she'll just say, "Oh, talk to me, mate," and then because her best friend knows like all the sizes and styles and stuff, and I'll say, "What does she like?" She's like, "I'll order it, send me the cash." So it's I'm pretty much covered in that. You know,
you could have got like a special something there. I mean, I'm obviously I'm not one to talk, but you know, there's got to be something that you can be like, oh, Lisa likes mince pies. I'll get her a pack of mince pies or something. But like luxury ones, like Marks and Spencer's kind of shit.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go on Marks and Spencer's. We'll see.
Don't. It's full of old people queuing, full of trolleys, full of like
just,
old people things.
That's just Scarborough.
Yeah, but like I've gone in today to get the sandwich, and Jesus, it was rammed in there.
You like get sandwiches from Marks and Spencer's?
The Wensleydale and carrot chutney sandwiches are amazing.
Basically, what he's saying is he's flash. He's got money to spare.
Yeah, he's like.
And
I
yet
only buy
still-
a sandwich. I don't
and-
even get like a drink or anything.
and
It's
yet-
just a sandwich.
So he's flush enough to shop at Marks and Sparks, yet he's still holding us to pay for those burgers.
Too right, it's Christmas.
Christmas is about
No,
giving, not
I got
receiving.
you two a card.
Yeah, you did.
Bear that in mind,
That's a
Yeah.
good
bitches.
point.
Fuck you.
Best card ever.
It was actually quite humorous.
Yeah, and you've got to put that on your mantelpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do.
Martin's card says, what is it, Merry Christmas, you big gay.
Yeah, that'll be it.
And
I was gonna get out
Jamie's has got like Jesus, Mary and Joseph, and it says, spoiler alert, he dies.
Yeah.
Great. Again, I think of you two when I'm card shopping.
You reminded me of a brilliant joke where someone says you get a sticker if you go into Waterstones on the Bible that says based on was it any relation to real characters may not be real.
No, you just move the Bible into like the sci-fi section or something.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Next to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I guess. So, what have you got your kids, I suppose? If you don't say Lego, get out.
No,
Nah, get out.
I haven't. But I have got something that is well cool. I got a Switch.
You what? You got Megan a Switch?
You got Lisa some clothes and you get Megan a Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you do spend more on your kids than you do your
Well,
other
yeah,
half.
you do. That's it. I mean, we just sort of like get each other something. I mean, I know what I'm getting off Lisa.
I've been wanting a Switch for
Who knows, but
forever.
I got one. It was
Well,
like,
he wasn't going to get you one.
Why not? I've been friends with him for years. I've known him longer than Megan has.
yeah, no, but
Where's my Switch?
I know, but Megan's like
At least get him a whiskey. or something.
nice and stuff, isn't she? I mean, you can have like I've got some whiskey.
Like
you
one of
can
your
have
best mates.
Oh, on a completely unrelated note, but not unrelated because it's about whiskey. I own a square foot of an island in Scotland.
Nice.
I was drinking.
Are you a lord? Is it one of those?
I don't know if
like,
it counts.
online- Or are you a lady?
I had a bottle of Lafroig and I was drinking that, and I found a little leaflet thing in it, and I thought I've had this for a year. Let's see if it still works. And it says, "Oh, you can claim this, and they will pay you 1 glass of whiskey in rent per year, but you have to go to them to get it." So I'd have to like travel halfway across Scotland and onto an island somewhere just to get 3 glasses of whiskey.
Does it stack? So if you don't go for 3 years, do you get
No.
3 glasses?
No, it doesn't. But if
I like your thinking.
if you got multiple, I believe if you get multiple of these little squares of land, then you could get a.
If it's only a square foot, I could probably camp in that.
Well, just stood there
On your
stood up.
land.
Yeah, do that. Just a little flag that we built.
If we get enough square foot of land, then, can camp in that.
You just turn up. It's like, I'm claiming my land.
Yeah.
It does stipulate that you don't have the right to. Was it something like you don't have the right to dig out peat and farm sheep on it or something like that?
On a foot of land. You're trying to farm a sheep on it.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of the novelty things. But yeah, so no, that was a whiskey thing. But I've still got some of that whiskey.
Look at
from
you,
the
a
real-
landowner.
Yeah, I do that. I've got.
Cool.
It's a thing.
So, to up that, Jamie, what have you got your kids? Have you got them a Switch?
No. However,
down.
I have got
Terrible,
Kyrian
you
Lego.
Oh, that's all right.
So there we go. I have 1 point with Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got, Kirian's got some Lego and some other stuff. Astrid's got some Playmobil and unicorn
Get out.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
What? What's wrong with Playmobil?
What's right with
what he
Playmobil?
said.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Playmobil, Duplo, get out.
Duplo is just younger Lego.
Duplo, if you've got like a 2 or 3 year old, is acceptable. But as soon as they grow out of it, it's like you are going to move on to Lego.
Yeah.
It's just. I mean, it has a very specific and defined age range. After that, it's weird.
Yeah, after that it's Lego.
Yeah, it's Lego.
But yeah, clothes and stuff. Yeah, all the usual stuff you buy kids.
But you can't play Mario Kart on Lego though, can you?
You can't build a house with a Switch.
You can probably get Mario Kart Lego, though.
We can get Mario Lego.
Yeah,
You can get
actually.
Mario
You got that
Lego,
weird
yeah.
like interactive stuff and get like an app, and you can like.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's cool.
It's modern Lego, I suppose.
We've got
Yeah.
With the digital.
We've got Kieran a couple of Lego sets, but we've also managed to get a big bag of all different assorted Lego pieces, just so we can be creative with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that should be fun.
Is it like a brand new set? Because like loads of people sell like big storage boxes full of just random Lego.
No, they're new bought bags. They're not used, I don't think, but yeah, it's
You want to
just
keep
like
an eye
all
out for
sorts
the
of
used
random
ones
stuff.
because you'll get loads of stuff in them. Worth it.
I recently bought myself a Lego set. It was fun to build.
What'd you get?
The Hoth 8080. Sorry, ATST, not 8080. That's a lot more
right.
expensive.
Yeah, the big 8080s are. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like 250 quid.
because we all got a
Cool.
bonus voucher from work. I used mine in Argos and got the ATST. That was fun
Okay.
to build.
That's the chicken walker.
That's
isn't
the one, yep.
Yes, I know. See, I'm down with the Star Wars, me.
It it made me laugh the other day. We were talking about Lego, and Astrid said to me, "I really like your chicken legs." What? You new Lego? Oh, you mean a chicken walker?
James skips leg day. He does because he's a creepy boy at the moment.
Creepy boy.
Crippy.
Oh, Crippy.
So I suppose we'll move on to the weather because we're British.
Of course.
It's a weird tangent. Go on.
It snowed, didn't it?
It did.
How'd you fare with the snow? Did you have to go out in it?
I did that mountain course in it.
Yeah, true.
That was
So he was up in Scotland, wasn't
yeah. That was horrible. But,
yeah, but this is like snow here the other day.
Oh, the snow here. It wasn't the snow that bothered me. I drove back from Scarborough first.
You driving home for Christmas.
But it was in, like, fog and stuff. And just the entire way going at, like, 25, 30 mile an hour with zero visibility.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was just the only way I didn't crash is because I knew the road and I knew roughly when the corners were coming up.
That kind of fog where you put your high beams on and you
It makes it worse.
less than without them.
The terrifying bit was I was like on the phone to my parents. I was like, I really kind of want to stop, but I know I can't because even if I'm on the side of the road with my hazards on, someone's just going to plough into me.
So, I mean, the fog's not going to let up either, so you might as well just carry on.
I did, yeah. But that was exciting.
Did you have your fog lights on?
I did,
because that often helps.
Yeah, they were on, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, no, that was. I mean, the snow and the ice that didn't bother me.
You know what was bothered by the snow and the ice? Jamie.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Go on then.
So after the first snowfall, we had a little bit of rain, which started to melt the snow, and then we had a really, really cold couple of days, and it just froze all of it to the point where the roads were gritted madly because they were so icy. But the council weren't grit.
Yeah, the roads weren't gritted that well.
They were gritted as well as they could. That's just how bad it was.
I mean, they made a token effort.
Yeah,
they made an effort on the first day, but then every day after that, it was just
but
ice.
The footpaths, they won't grit them. I'm not entirely sure why, but they won't.
They're stingy.
But yeah, on Saturday I took my mother-in-law out to help her with some shopping. I spent the entire time being careful with her, making sure she didn't slip because she's got a fragile hip and all that. She was
She's
fine.
Not the only one though, is she, Jamie?
My hip's fine, thank you very much.
All right, Shakira.
Got her back home and everything. Decided to do a bit of shopping for myself before I went home and
selfish.
Why selfish?
Shopping for yourself.
Whatever. On the way back to the bus stop just outside Matalan, I slipped a little bit and regained my balance, took another step, and my feet just went out from under me and I landed square on my back. I turned the air very, very blue with some words I said. Some people had to help me up, and it was quite embarrassing.
Oh, did you have to get helped up by people in the street?
Well, no, they actually came running over when it happened, which is quite brave on the ice.
You should have been like shouting, like, "Don't run, Jesus!"
Well, I couldn't see them until they got to me because I was stuck on my back staring up at the sky, and they were like, "Do you want
a dodgy turtle?"
Yeah, pretty much. They were asking me if I wanted an ambulance. I was like, "No, I'm fine." And they said, "Are you all right?" I said, "Well, my back hurts, but then it does anyway." And they said, "Do you think you can stand up?" And I said, "Yeah, but don't try and pick me up. I need to roll over onto my side and then get onto my knees." And they were like, "Well, it sounds like you do need an ambulance." I was like, No, I've got a bad back. That's how I have to do it anyway. I can't get up I can't sit up and get up. I have to roll over onto my front and get up on my hands and knees, which was not very dignified, but I managed to get up and I missed my bus as a result.
I mean, it's on a slope as well, so you're lucky you didn't start sliding down to the casino.
Well, at least I'd have been where I wanted to be because that's where the bus stop is.
All right. You could have chased after your bus like a penguin, just on your belly.
That'd just been really funny if you were at the bus stop when you fell over and you just closed the door. It's like, nah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. I then got home and I spent the rest of the day in a lot of pain and doped up on painkillers, and for a couple of days afterwards I had to walk around using a stick because it was just that bad.
Now, generally, I mean, I don't fall over because I am like a cat, but I think that what's worse than actually just falling flat onto the floor is when you kind of half fall but you manage to stop yourself.
Oh, you do that weird sort of spasm thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
that often hurts more. It's like if a drunk person's hit by a car, they will feel better than a non-drunk person getting hit by a car.
Yeah, because they go limp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think doing that and stopping yourself can do you more of an injury than actually just letting yourself fall on the floor.
Well, I'll give you an example of just how bad my back is. Do you ever have that thing in bed when you're about to fall asleep and you suddenly feel like you're falling and your body jerks?
Yeah.
It's called a hypnic jerk for those who don't know.
So you're saying you've been jerking in bed?
You don't pay it no mind and you fall back.
His missus is well pleased.
You don't pay it no mind, you fall back to sleep, right?
Yeah.
When it happens to me, it actually makes me like groan in agony and wakes me fully up. So I have to then spend ages trying to get back to sleep again.
See, even though I'm asleep, I act pretty much like myself. And
I'd be worried if you acted like someone else.
This is weird because whenever that happens and I do that jerk, I wake up just long enough for me to quickly understand what's just happened, that I'm in bed and I've just jerked because I've like dreamt something, and then been conscious enough to just say, for fuck's sake, and then go back to sleep. So even though I'm on my own, I'm still embarrassed that I've done it, and I'll swear. I'm like, fuck's sake.
Do you know what the worst sleep thing is? When you wake up and then you've got that...
The worst part of sleeping is waking up.
Yeah, definitely.
It's that like momentary bit where it's like only a second or so before like your muscles engage. You kind of wake up in the wrong order.
No.
But
oh no, my arm's where my leg is.
But it's basically. Do you know how like when you go to sleep,
like Mr. Potato Head, but someone's rearranged you when you've been asleep.
No, when you go to sleep and that you sort of your brain disengages the muscles to stop you from acting out your dreams, don't you? So you're essentially when you're unconscious, you're
Why
paralysed.
doesn't that happen to dogs then? Because they constantly act out their dreams when they're
Well,
asleep.
no, that's it. People will do it as well. It's essentially where like sleepwalking comes from. But you can get a thing sometimes where you'll start regaining your consciousness before you've sort of like fully engaged like the ability to move. So you get that moment where you're awake, and then it's just like a second where you're like, I can't move, and then like feels like forever, and then 2 seconds later you're just like, I'm awake now. It's just long enough for you to register it and be like, this is weird.
The worst situation is I usually find it once, maybe twice a year. Like, I love autumn. It's jacket season. Get to wrap up warm. I get to wear one of my many coats and jackets. But once the clocks have like gone, when they've gone back, and it happened this year, and it upset me something chronic, is when I'm just kind of naturally waking up. It's a work day, naturally waking up, just open my eyes just slightly, and you see that it's still dark out, and you go, oh yes. And the moment I shut my eyes to go back to sleep, my alarm goes off. It was such a crushing disappointment because I thought, oh, it's still dark. You know, I've probably got like another hour or something, just like curl up in a nice warm bed and go back to sleep. No, the second I close my eye, the alarm goes off. It's like, no.
What's worse though, that or waking up and looking at your clock and it's like 5 minutes before your alarm's meant
that
to go
happens
off.
a lot, but no, this was because I thought I was going to get longer curled up in bed. If I look at my phone and there's like 5 minutes before the alarm goes off, I'm like, ugh. So I kind of like make an effort and like wake up a bit then.
How
but
nice.
No, it's that moment where I'm seeing it's still dark. I go, oh yes, bit more sleep. Oh, this is great. And no.
How nice is it though when it's like winter, so it's dark when you get up anyway. When you wake up and you think, oh God, it's going to be time to get up, and you look at your watch and it's like 1 a.m. and you're like, Merry Christmas to me, and you can go straight back to sleep.
Well, that would mean I'd have to go to bed before 1 o'clock. But no, I know what you mean.
As a parent with children, I don't have choice sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why it's been so good over the last like couple of nights and that, because my little one's been on holiday with her grandparents and it's Christmas like holiday, so I just wake up. I was like, I don't care what time it is. And I've been getting out of bed like 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's kind of like, this
sounds like heaven.
And but it's I just know as soon as she gets back, it'll be like 5:30, 9. It's like, can I wake up and get my breakfast? No, it's 5 in the morning. Go to bed. And
I think going back to what you said, Martin, the closest I've ever had to that is, well, it doesn't really happen so much anymore because I can't sleep on my back. But every now and then, I used to wake up sort of in the middle of the night.
Every now and then he falls apart.
Yeah, and one of my arms would be up and behind my head. But it had been there for a while and it had gone numb and cold and I couldn't feel it.
Like a stranger.
So I then... Well, it's funny you say that, Joe. Because... No, not like that. Because I wouldn't be able to move it. So I'd have to reach up and grab my hand with my other arm to put it back down by my side. And in doing so, it felt like I was holding someone else's arm because I couldn't feel anything at all. And then I'd go back to sleep. It was just really bizarre.
Are you sure it was your arm?
Yes, I'm sure it was my arm.
You haven't just been like,
Grabbing my wife's arm and putting it down my
arm,
side.
it's kind of here, hold my leg.
No,
She's just waking up going, I had the weirdest dream.
No, because about 5 minutes after I've done that, the pins and needles would start rushing down my arm. It's like, oh, there it is. There's the feeling.
Oh, he's brought it back round to Christmas with needles. Pine.
What a segue! Go on,
Christmas
then, Joe.
trees.
Oh, yeah, that was
That was a
smooth.
masterful.
I'm assuming you've all got trees.
Yep.
We do.
Cool.
Artificial, obviously.
Is it
Yeah,
green?
of course.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, what other colour would it be?
Some
White?
weird people like white ones and like weird.
My
coloured
parents used to
ones.
have a white Christmas tree. It was like reflective white, so all the lights and stuff really made it glow. All sorts.
Oh, so it's like chrome, like how you like things.
So what you're saying is you had like a DLC Christmas tree?
Why DLC?
Because it's kind of the weird shit you download. You'll be playing some like really historical sort of, like, I don't know, like World War II spy game or something like that. So you're like, oh, this is brilliant. I'm going to sneak into Berlin. Do you know what I need? Like a neon pimp suit. And that,
I say, what's
No,
this
that's
got to
something
do
I'd
with
imagine
white
you
Christmas
I
trees?
don't know. It's just the kind of weird crap that he does.
No, it's the kind of crap that you do.
I don't do weird crap. You're the one
Marty,
who want every online game we ever
go-
play has
no.
to come in looking like the Snoop Dogg slipper.
That's not me.
I don't know. I don't even know what
Going-
his slippers look like. I just
Going
imagine
back
they're
to when I used to
flamboyant.
live at Newby, you came round to mine once and I was playing F-Zero on the GameCube, and you can create your own vehicle on that. I created some classy little black-looking number. You went
A
on...
sexy black little number.
Yeah, you went on and you created a ship car, whatever you want to call it, that was pink with leopard print and neon underlights, and it looked like it looked like something that Snoop Dogg and Elton John had worked on together.
That would be. Do you know? I would buy that album.
In fact, you called it the Pimpmobile, as I recall.
Yeah. I mean, how cool would that be?
It's-
Like a
it
zero
look-
gravity racing Pimpmobile.
It stuck out like a sore thumb compared to all the other races.
I mean, Martin kind of sticks
'Cause it was
out
awesome.
like a sore thumb.
That's true,
regardless.
he does.
Yeah.
No, we got a real tree.
Oh, have
There's
you?
probably still like pine needles in the boot.
Oh, fair enough. Hold
I
on.
had to put the seats down though.
That's cool. I nearly got a free Christmas tree. Because like when all the kids got kicked out of primary school, there's like, here, we don't want the trees anymore. Do you want them?
Oh, yeah,
Why
Friday
didn't you
did
take
that as
it?
well.
Because we got an artificial one that's not going to like drop all its pine needles. And it wasn't like, I mean, our artificial tree
Don't look a tree
isn't
horse
like
in the
8
face.
and a bit foot tall. I mean, as funny as it would be, I'd have to like either drill a hole in the ceiling or like cut the tree down.
You
Either
could
way.
have cut it. We could have burnt that. We could have dried the wood out, and that could have been the next fire. Could have had a fire pit in the backyard.
Oh, dude,
Could have
that
done
would be
Paddy
cool.
there. You selfish bastard.
Because I don't want to burn children's Christmas trees.
Well, the kids don't have to look.
Yeah, the kids are normally like in bed when we do Paddy.
I don't know. There might be
Fire pit in the backyard.
I can't put a fire pit in my backyard
Why not?
because it's like made of concrete and crap, isn't it?
Well, you get one of them like
Above ground
fire
ones.
pits on legs.
Barbecue.
Yeah, you can have a fire in the barbecue because that's generally what
Steak
it's
on
for.
a knife. You're all right, boy.
Yeah, boy.
That's a weird turn. This is like gone from
Oh,
like.
come on, Martin. We got to.
Well, no,
Gotta have a fire
I'm
pit
very
in the
sorry
backyard.
I didn't take the free Christmas tree from my daughter's primary school.
Let
Yeah,
down.
so you should.
Well,
be.
we got a real Christmas tree at home, so that after Christmas, you know.
Yeah, see, Joe's thinking of us
Well, that's
all.
it. I'm
Yeah.
Boxing Day. I'm turning up at your house again. Where's my fire pit?
I'm going to your house going, where's the fire pit? If not, we're just going to stack this wood in the back and just burn it.
Yeah, why not?
Nice little burn marks on the concrete afterwards.
Yeah,
It's all right. It'll sweep out.
yeah, probably.
I mean, it'll cause less damage than what Martin would probably normally end up doing in his backyard anyway. I mean, you've had your
Hydrogen experiments.
You've had your little explosions. You've set hair dryers on fire. You had your little forge thing going on.
Yeah, that was what set the hairdryer on fire.
Yeah, good times.
That was
The laser that popped a balloon.
Still got that.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really causing much damage to the yard, is it? Hopefully.
Well, to be fair, none of it did. I mean, I could do. I mean, we could just, I don't know, I don't know, we'll find some way of just like...
I mean, they're not paving slabs in the back, so we can't even lift a slab up, can we?
No, I can't really.
Yeah, you just need to get yourself a little fire pit.
Well, I mean, why don't we go like your house? You got a bigger yard than me.
No, because then it'll set like the massive aerial on fire.
That's on top of the house. We're not gonna put fire pit in your kitchen, are we?
I know you around fire.
I know, but I like
I know.
antennas and stuff.
This is why we're going to use your yard.
I'm not gonna set fire to like radio stuff. I'm more like nerdy and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Mm. So, does anyone know what they're getting for Christmas themselves?
Yes.
What are you getting?
I am getting
A Switch.
No, I'm getting some Shaq trainers.
Shark trainers.
Shaq, you know, Shaquille O'Neal. Some trainers.
Shaq, not shark.
Yeah.
You say how many sharks do you see running?
No, I'll get some Shaq trainers. One of them Oodies.
What's an Oodie?
Yeah.
It's like a, you know, like them blanket things that you wear. It's like a hoodie, a hoodie blanket dressing gown thing that you can just like wear.
It's just a dressing gown that you have to climb in opposed to put on.
Yeah, but it's like, well, cool, and you can just mong out in it. It's going to be brilliant.
And some Shaquille shoes.
Yeah,
I might have to look that up because that actually sounds pretty cool.
What, Shaquille shoes?
No, the Udi thing.
So
Yeah.
what are Shaq shoes? Are they...
It's just some like basketball trainers.
Basically, trainers that
Some
are going to cost
Converse.
like £1 million because they've got Shaquille O'Neal's name on them.
No, actually,
Are they Yeezys?
no. That is it's the exact opposite.
What, they're normal trainers that are cheaper because
Are
they've
they
got
from
Shaq's name on
Shoes,
them.
Yeah,
though?
they are. I was watching an interview with Shaq himself, and he was saying that he was in some American shop somewhere, and some woman came up to him and started berating him because the trainers he had were like Nike or whoever it was at the time he was sponsored with, and that were like really expensive. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, you promoting these things, and that they're just so expensive that most people can't afford them. And he says after that, he says the same day he basically rang up the sponsorship and he says, oh, I'm ending the sponsorship, and he started his own brand of trainers, and that he wants to have trainers that are like decent looking quality trainers at an affordable price.
They're not Shaq size, are they? Every shoe like size 22 or whatever he is.
But no, I mean they are decent quality trainers. I mean, I can't remember. They might have been like 20, 30 quid, something like that. You know, so they're in an affordable bracket. but they
More
are good
reasonable than
trainers.
like my shoes because I generally wear DCs.
Yeah,
as
I mean
far as trainers go.
they're not like the cheapest cheap trainers, but they're they're a decent trainer at a decent price. So no, they're not
Yeah.
like
Right,
they've got
I
his
take back my
brand on, but they
criticism.
are
So you're
decent.
going to be looking quite fly in your massive,
a
furry
massive
hoodie
blanket hoodie and some
and some trainers.
basketball
You,
trainers.
you
like-
realise they're not going to make you any good at basketball, right?
I know.
Oh, good.
I play basketball at work, and I am.
Do you?
I'm so bad.
Really?
Yes.
Do you sit on the bench?
No, we don't have any benches.
Do you sit
No,
on the
no, no,
floor?
no. He has.
Yeah.
No, he
Is
has.
that why you need your blanket?
No, basically, when we're at work, every Wednesday on pretty much every camp in the country is like sports afternoon. And
Oh,
so-
you have a sports day like in school?
yeah, pretty much. And then they'll have it where they'll have. I mean, different camps will have different stuff going on, but usually it's kind of like everyone goes off in the afternoon and just plays a sport. And on our camp, there's nothing. It's rubbish. So we've got some guys that run basketball, and some guys that run football, and some guys
Are
that.
they the only options?
Some people apparently you can go ice skating. I've heard, but you've got to travel miles and like pay 15 quid for it. And I'm like, no, so I'm not doing that.
Oh.
But I mean, it's the sports in Catterick are pretty dry. There's
I was going to say, I
very
won't
much.
be any good at football or basketball.
yeah. I mean, I like basketball because it's all right. It's a bit of a laugh. Everyone seems to be nice, and it's
I'm
inside.
not tall enough for basketball.
I'm just like really slow and
I'd play
kinda
like
can't.
badminton or something.
That'll be badminton's weird.
Or Formula One.
Oh, yeah. That
I'd give that a crack.
yeah. That I could just imagine that next time I'm on like sports parade at work, it's kind of like, oh yeah, line up for your basketball, line up for this, just line up for the Formula One. I'll be like, yeah.
Well, that's it. Or like
We're
someone
going
may have died, you're having a quiet moment, and you just hear this.
Oh yeah, but there's a 20 mile an hour speed limit on camp, so.
I don't know what was funny about it. The sound of the way Joe's head moved when he did it.
Well, you have to get the sound right. I can't just go
But yeah,
because they don't run on diesel.
That
So-
sounded like my ass.
Oh.
I thought we'd managed to get away. We got all the fart stories and jokes out of the way before we start recording, but you had
You
to bring
can-
us down.
You cannot escape them.
No one can escape your farts. That's the problem. I mean, you farting, it's everyone else's issue.
Yeah. So, Jamie, do you know what you're getting for Christmas?
I only know sort of one thing because when we were wrapping the kids' presents last night, Sharon
Is it
had
a pad and pen?
I'd
No.
laugh if it was. That would be just brilliant.
Sharon had accidentally left my presents in the pile as well, but they were in Amazon boxes, so I don't know fully what they were, but one of them I suspect is a bottle of alcohol of some kind because it suspiciously looked like the bottle of alcohol that my birthday present came
I
in.
find alcohol's quite expensive on Amazon. I find a lot of things on Amazon are quite expensive. They're not as cheap as...
So yeah, I think one of my presents is a bottle of alcohol,
It
but
depends.
beyond that I couldn't
If
tell.
you know what you're
you.
looking for. I mean, I got like a memory card, like 512 gig micro SD on like one of the Black Friday deals for like 28 something.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable. Or it was at the time anyway.
Again,
Yeah.
like you say, I suppose it just depends on what it is, but
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
working in the pet trade, I see like pet-related things on Amazon, I think that is really expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's... the problem is, Amazon isn't... Amazon, a lot of the time it isn't Amazon that's selling, and I imagine with something that's slightly more specialist, like food and stuff, will be from like an individual seller.
Well,
So that will put the
because
prices
it's
up.
like Amazon grocery, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. But even that, there's like a lot of stuff you'll get is like fulfilled by Amazon. The problem is you've got to, when you do that, you've got to pay Amazon to do the stuff as well, so that inflates the price. And it's not a very good platform to sell on cheaply.
Yeah.
It's
So
alright.
you don't have to shop around. Like I've been using Vinted lately. I don't know if anyone's
I've
dabbled.
heard of it, but I've never...
No, I've never heard of it.
Managed to get some really good deals on there.
Isn't that where like hipsters buy all the t-shirts and stuff?
It works. It
Uh-huh.
works. Like at first I thought, oh, it's just going to be like brand clothes and that people are selling. It's just like eBay, but for like clothes.
Yeah.
But no, the it is just like a mini eBay. Like my friend Michelle has collected the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory pop vinyls.
I didn't know they were a thing, but cool.
Yeah, I mean it's her favourite film, and the last one that she needed was Charlie Bucket. And on Amazon there was one that was broken that they were selling for I think a tenner, but all like the good condition ones were going for a stupid amounts of money, like 45 quid, stuff like that. And I was just casually looking around Vinted because I found like they do other things as well. And I randomly put it in, and there was someone selling like a perfect one for like 15 quid. So I like sent her the link and was like, great, but yeah, you find a lot of things that are a lot cheaper on there than you do on eBay. So yeah, do recommend it. If you want a good bargain.
I shall look at it and see if there's anything that catches
And keep looking at jackets again, like I normally do.
Many jackets.
Well, that's it. I keep looking at barber jackets because you get someone there like that start at like 15 quid, and if it's a type of one that you're after, you know, you can get a good deal on there. So,
cool.
Yeah, do recommend people. So shop around. Cool. Anyone else know what they're getting for Christmas?
I mean,
Anything
I mean,
else?
you've asked both of those, right?
Yeah, but there could be something else.
I don't.
Unless you're just getting one thing.
I don't know what else I'm getting. I've been really heavily hinting to the missus that I want a Switch, but
I was going
it's
to say, what
money-wise, I don't think we're getting one.
what do you want for Christmas?
A Switch.
Well, if you go around to
though?
Martin's house,
Why?
Why?
so he can
What do
play
you mean,
games on
why?
the toilet when he has to spend like an hour on there.
There is that.
Here's my thing. I would have had a Switch myself if there was any Star Wars games. And
Yeah,
the problem is...
You mentioned this last time. On the last
there
podcast.
are Star Wars games, but all of them are ports,
See-
and none of them are like... I mean, I don't even know if Lego's on there. Lego Star Wars.
Probably, but I don't know. I already own 2 Switch games because...
But you don't have a
No,
Switch.
because Sharon's cousin Kirsty has a Switch, and she sometimes brings it round and lets me play
Have
on
you
it.
ever licked the games?
It
They
says
belong to me,
don't
we bought
put in
them.
your mouth.
I will admit this. I tried this. I was watching an article that says that Nintendo purposefully coats all their cartridges with like, do you know that anti nail biting stuff that tastes really horrible?
Yeah, it's to stop kids
Yeah,
putting them
but do that.
cartridges in their mouths.
And basically, I got a one of the games for the Switch from a little one.
You put it in your mouth, didn't you?
Yeah, because it didn't come with a case. And I mean, I knew it didn't.
So,
it was gonna come with a case.
no, it doesn't have a case. Where am I going to put it?
Put
Oh,
it
I
in
know,
the mouth.
in my mouth.
But no, the thing is, I think there's a lot of fake cartridges out there, and I thought, see if this is like, that tastes disgusting. That's real. So there we go.
The taste test for Nintendo
Genuinely,
games.
if you want to see a genuine Nintendo Switch cartridge, do as a taste test.
See, I've got a
AIDS?
Fujifilm camera that you take a picture and it prints it out like a Polaroid.
Mm-hmm.
And on the back of the pictures of them, it says,
Do
"Don't
not
put in your mouth."
Someone has. That's
It's
the
like
thing.
you print a picture off, you think, "Oh, I know the first place that's going."
I mean, at least with a Switch, I can understand because it's something that's aimed at kids and it's a small item. They're going to think, "Oh, do you know, I'm going to eat that." But I mean, a photograph, it's kind of, I really want to eat that. That's just sort of like
I
taking
still
a
wanna stick
photograph of that
photo.
hamburger. I want to try it again.
Because of the way like the film develops, because it's instant. If you wet it, it like runs the colours and stuff.
Oh, fair enough. So it's not like some weird chemically thing.
Well, it is a chemical thing because it's not using ink; it's using like light. It's like a heat.
thermal thing or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, fair
Well, it's good. Really, it took me ages because there was a specific one that I wanted, and they've been out of stock for months. It's like the new version of it because, whereas before it's a case of you just take the picture and it prints off.
Yeah.
But the one that I've got now is like a hybrid, so you can take pictures, then you can look at the pictures and decide if you want to print it or not. And
But it's really expensive for the paper, though.
it's about 15 quid for 20.
Oh.
For 20
Oh.
things. Well, this is the best thing about this camera because you don't have to just print it and hope that it comes out as a good picture. You get to review the picture.
Yeah.
And then print it if you want to. So it's a digital camera, but it prints off what you want, kind of thing. And I've not had a chance to get out with it much at the moment. So I took like a couple of test photos just to see how it goes. But it's great. It's got loads of different settings. Like you can twist a dial on the front and it'll change like different lens options. Twist another dial for like color options and stuff like that. It's a really nifty piece of kit.
Sounds quite interesting.
Yeah, it comes out all right.
Yeah.
For like just thermal and not like a proper ink printing. It comes out really well. So I'm happy with that, and I'll just get out with it more and see. Whoops. That's just me casually leaning on the horn there.
That's not the first time you've done that when we've been doing a Paddy out here.
Well, I'm sat behind the steering wheel at a rakish angle.
We're going to get doggers now.
Just coming out of the forest in the pitch black.
Oh, it's kind of, we've been waiting for you.
There's no one there yet.
Oh, if someone had been stood there, that would have
Oh
been
my
awesome.
god, that would have been horrifying.
It would have.
Would have all just screamed.
Wait a second. I can't put the window up.
I could lock the door, but it just adds a bit of excitement.
Oh, yeah,
To
fair
the
enough,
evening.
a bit of spice to the proceedings.
Yeah, Christmas. I've been whammed. Jamie, I know you've been whammed.
Yep.
I am unaware of this.
The Whamageddon
Give over.
thing.
You are not unaware of this.
Oh, I mean, I know what wham is, but I mean, it's just.
You know what the Whamageddon is?
No.
Every year at Christmas, from the 1st to the 24th, you've got to go as far as you can without hearing Wham's Last Christmas.
You can listen to covers, but
Not the original.
the moment you acknowledge that you're listening to the Wham version of the song, you're out.
Oh, I don't think I ever heard that. Then. So am I winning?
I mean, that's been going for years. How have you never heard of
See,
Whamageddon?
My Christmas things, I wait until I've heard Fairy Tale of New York, and then it's Christmas.
Yeah, I know that one.
I've not heard that this year.
I
I
have.
haven't. It's not Christmas yet. I'm going
I
to
have.
start
I've heard it
listening.
several times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Because we have the radio on at work. Not that I have much chance to listen to it. Because
Mind you, a lot of places aren't playing it now, are they?
Oh,
Oh, 'cause
Yeah, you know.
there's just people are just.
the same thing
stop
happens
being
every
good.
year, though, don't they? Half of them say, "Oh, don't play it," and the other half saying, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah.
Play the song.
I'm just waiting for the usual "baby, it's cold outside" argument to
I've
start.
not heard that either.
Not this year. I have
the
not yet.
Tom Jones one,
Yeah.
brilliant. I do like that song. Good Christmas song.
I heard it the other day on BBC Radio 2, so they
Yeah.
are playing it. You just got to...
Which one are we on? Are we on Tom Jones or
Tom
Fairy
Jones,
Tale?
Baby It's Cold Outside.
Oh.
Fairy Tale I've heard from many different radio stations, so...
I might just put the radio on just in the background tomorrow, just so I can get it.
I'm not bothered about Whamageddon, but you know,
It's,
if it's on, it comes on. I'm not like, oh no, I'm out.
I am. I'm an
Except
active participant.
The one year where I was in Sainsbury's, and while I was googling like the rules, it was started playing in the in Sainsbury's. I thought, well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? But every year I'm always that tempted to just put an anonymous link in our group chat, so him in the back will click on it and hear it and then be fuming.
is this like being rickrolled or something like that? Yeah, is
Pretty
this
much,
the same
yeah.
Sort of
Yeah, but you
the
realise...
seasonal version.
You realise on when you load up a YouTube link page, you see the title of the video long before it starts playing.
Not
so if you've
always.
got quick enough fingers, you can just close
Not
it down.
always. Well, yeah, I suppose.
And
it's
most
got to
most
buffer.
videos start with an advert as well, don't they?
It needs to be like a proper ritroll, so like the description is something completely different, so you have to like start watching
Just
it.
upload it yourself.
I could, but I'll
Purely
probably
for
get
that.
like get copyright struck or something.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously your favourite Christmas song is "Fairy Tale of New York."
It is.
Jamie, what's yours? Is it Wham's Last Christmas?
No, it is actually Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh, okay.
Well done.
Okay. I don't know what mine is.
Although I do
I bet
also,
you're a Mickey Bubble man, aren't you?
I do
Oh
also
no,
have a
I can't be
fond,
doing with the boob.
I do also have a fond spot for Chris Rea's Driving Home for Christmas.
Ah, for a minute I thought you were going to say Mariah.
No, God, no.
Oh.
Like, she is such a liar because I want a lot for Christmas.
Yeah, but she doesn't talk about you. She's talking about herself.
Yeah, but again, I don't want a lot for Christmas. I do. So shut up.
Yeah, ditto.
But no, and they've played that song so many times. It's like I can't run away from it.
It's
There was a
become a
day
meme now,
I
isn't it?
don't know what was going on the radio, but it was on at work. Mariah came on. I keep my finger on the Google thing to kind of like mute it. I served some customers. About 5 minutes later, I turned the sound back on. Mariah's still playing. And
Extended
I stopped
version or
it
something.
again. And then, like, about 3 minutes later, I turned it on, and it was still playing. It's
God.
like I'd paused live radio or something, or they thought, oh, I know, let's just play Mariah 3 times in a row.
What would be really smart is if you were like a radio DJ and you wanted to mess with people, you play the first 15 seconds and go, do you know what, I'm going to pause it now because I know someone out there's trying not to listen to this.
That's probably what they were doing.
Yeah.
But, no, I'm sick of her, warbly voice. Between her and Michael Boob, it's...
Now, see, for me, if I were a radio station DJ, 1st of December, I'd be like, here's one for everyone out there, and then play Wham's Last Christmas. And how many of you did I get?
Harsh.
Yes, I am.
But I like it. That shit's dingo.
What?
Is this another reference I don't understand?
Yeah.
You're not aware of That Shit's Dingo?
No.
Oh my god. It's a bored at work thing.
Oh, yes, when he wants to make up a catchphrase, doesn't he? Yes, sorry, yeah.
Rowan's...
Vive la Vive la
Viva la
Dirt
Burt
League.
Reynolds League.
Yeah.
Burt and Ernie League.
Viva la Dirt League, an episode of Bored. Rowan wants to invent a new catchphrase, so every time someone says something good, he goes, oh, that shit's dingo. And every time he says it, they're all looking around like, what?
You can also get a T-shirt with it on now.
What, that shit's dingo?
Yeah, it's got a dingo wearing sunglasses and it's got like a pierced ear or something. It's well cool. That shit is dingo.
Yeah, it kind of gives me the vibes of that episode of The Simpsons, where they try to shoehorn a new character into Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh,
Poochie.
Poochie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
they
like
also-
the
have you noticed
Viva
they
la Dirt
also-
League version of Poochie.
They
Yeah,
also
pretty much.
shoehorn a person into the Simpsons family as well, in the same episode.
Yeah, just for like
Roy.
the meta joke.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Have you done anything festive?
I ate a mince pie today.
That I got you.
No, before that, I ate another one. 2 mince pies.
Oh.
Wow, festive.
Yeah, I did.
I eat so many mince pies around Christmas. It's ridiculous.
You basically eat my allowance as well.
I've had a slice of Christmas cake.
You've gone all out Christmas.
Yeah, I did.
I've not had Christmas cake yet.
had a
I
slice of
was
that work
I
the
was
other
the
night.
official celebrity that turned on the Christmas lights in my living room.
Hooray.
And that, so
How much
yeah.
you get paid for that?
Probably the same as every other celebrity that comes to Scarborough and turns the lights on.
Yeah.
When they used to do it.
Yeah, I got the exposure and publicity. So yeah,
Cool.
I was.
And here you are.
Yeah,
Guess
yeah,
you are famous.
yeah.
I still remember the year they had Wolf and Jet from Gladiators to turn on the Christmas lights. What a year that was.
Back when the Christmas lights was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tree didn't look like shit in the town centre.
Well, at least they haven't got that wireframe one again. They ended up getting knocked over.
Yeah,
Public
the
outcry.
usual consensus is if the tree looks shit in Scarborough,
We'll just
someone knocks
knock
it
it
down. Even though it's like 50 feet tall or whatever it is.
Hey, they got the note though, didn't they? Because that wireframe tree that everyone hated, someone knocked it down. Next thing, it's been taken away, and they put a proper tree there, didn't they? So they got the message.
Good. So they should.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really mentioned anything about me in the snow, I suppose. I'll have to just segue back to the snowy day. So,
Who cares about you?
me.
Go on, then,
So-
what happened to you?
It was snowing. It was a work day. And I thought, oh, yes, it's snowing. I like the snow. I like driving around in the snow.
I like the
In
snow.
this car.
Hmm.
However, I had to go out early the next day
Hmm.
to pick some stock up for work.
Hmm.
So I had to take a really big van home, and that was not so fun in the snow. So I set off from work at 6 o'clock. I had a delivery to do on my way home with some donkey food that I had to drop off, and I first went down the bypass,
How you
and traffic was queued all the way from town to Morrison's. So I thought, if I'm going to sit in traffic, I'm going to go to McDonald's. So I got my tea,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, because the gritters hadn't been out that day, all the roads were just ice.
Hmm.
So I thought, I will get stuck at about 4 different places if I go home Seamer Roadway.
Hmm.
So that I'll go Filey Roadway.
Hmm.
Went through Eastville, that was fine. Got onto Filey Road, that was fine. The only place I had issue was the very gentle slope between that roundabout and the roundabout that would go up past the college and schools. Because traffic was moving so slowly,
Oh, yeah. You mean that.
the front wheels just started spinning. And there was a car right up my arse. I thought, why would you sit that close behind me if I'm going to roll back into you or something? Luckily, I didn't, because like a professional, I managed to get myself out of these very slippy situations.
You just put your foot down, hope for the best.
Well, no, because if you do that and you spin your wheels, you smooth out the ice and make it even worse for you.
But then it's someone else's problem.
Yeah, my problem, because I need to get out of that space. No, the trick is you put it into second and you leave from second.
Yeah. Well done.
So, yeah, just moving a couple of feet at a time before I managed to pick up enough momentum to carry on. Then I got across Valley Bridge. On the traffic lights on the other end of Valley Bridge, a big Arctic got stuck on that hill going up, and the police were directing traffic round there. And the guy said, my colleagues stop that road traffic so you can go. But I was good, because I'm probably going to need a little run up this hill or I'm going to get stuck next to this wagon. But no, I managed it, and I was impressed with myself.
Well done.
Then I dropped all this donkey food off. I then went home. I got up the next morning, set off at about 5:30 because I had to go to
Ooh.
first pickup was in Newark, so it's 2.5 hours on a good day.
Yeah.
And I barely got out of the parking spot I'd left the van in because the road was just so slippy.
Mm.
But the road was kind of dicey till you got to Morrison's. Then it was quite patchy,
Mm.
But by the time on the York Road, because I was not about to go up Staxon Hill.
That would have been funny.
It got
No,
shut,
it would
didn't
not.
it? Staxon Hill got shut.
Yeah, luckily. I got as far on the York Road just before you get to Rillington for the turn off Scampston Hall. And the roads were perfect. It was clean. They'd been gritted or ploughed or whatever.
That's because you come out of the area of Scarborough Council.
That's it.
And York Council.
Well, no, they're all part of the same council
North
now.
Yorkshire
They're like
Council,
a
yeah.
super council. A super useless council. But by the time we got to York, all they had from there on was just a bit of frost. They'd not seen one piece of snow or anything. It was great. But by the time I was coming back, it was about 11. The roads to Scarborough were all clear as well now. So they'd actually done something. I've seen a lot of gritters out with the big snow ploughs on the front, but I have never once seen that plough touch the floor and actually move snow. It's like, because the bottom of the ploughs, I think, have like a rubber strip.
The road,
Yeah, but I think the council are that stingy because they all need a new iPad when it comes to it, that it's like, we don't want to pay for a new piece of rubber for the bottom of these snowplows. Do not let that plough touch the snow. Do not let it drag on the concrete.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen them go around with the ploughs, but I've never once seen one move snow with it.
Maybe we should just, I don't know, just put a big wall of snow and just make the council do it.
They won't. They'll just shut the road. They'll be like, oh no. That's going to cost us money. Let's not do that.
I mean, the
I need a
local
holiday.
councils up here are like incompetent.
I suppose that's why they're becoming a super council. Maybe like York End
So
will
they
like
can
kick them into
outsource
shape.
their incompetency.
Yeah, to other places.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky us, eh?
Woo.
Yeah, woo.
Variety in our misery.
Yeah. So, in these times, what have you been playing? Anyone? Jamie?
Yep. Right, well, I've been playing a relatively new game called High on Life.
Yeah. The Rick and Morty kind of thing.
It's made by the creators of Rick and Morty. It's not in the Rick and Morty universe. It's just the same people.
Yeah. Same old voices as well.
Yes, it is. You play as a human who ends up having to go to an alien planet to save his own planet because these weirdo aliens are kidnapping people and getting high off them like drugs.
Okay.
Instead of conventional guns, you use a special type of alien that looks like a gun called a Gatlian. And your main one is called Kenny, and it's voiced by the guy who voices Morty. Well, I suppose he voices both Rick and Morty, doesn't he? Justin Roiland.
I don't know.
He voices both of them, but he sounds just like Morty as Kenny.
I know, and this is where I think I am going to play the game eventually, because I'll get to like the game I've been playing, but I've not killed anyone for a long while.
Because you've been playing the game.
Because I've been playing a different game, where you don't kill people.
Oh, in the game. I thought.
In the game.
Yeah.
No, I'm like Dharma in real life. It's just like people dying all over. With my camera. I just think that, like, I'll find it amusing, but also like quite grating. Just listening to his same whiny voice for ages.
Here's the thing: although he sounds just like Morty, he doesn't have the same mannerisms as Morty. Like, he's not nervous. He doesn't stammer. He speaks quite clearly and confidently. He's just got the same voice pitch. So he's not
like
whiny.
Evil
or
Morty
anything.
that takes over the Citadel.
Yeah, kind of. But he's not evil. But yeah, the same sort of confidence in his voice. Yeah. But
I'll see when I play it, but I just think it'll be quite grating over time.
Well, right off the start, the game told me off. The game berated me because
I mean, it knows you so well.
Well, this invasion happens on your planet, and you pick up the gun.
The planet.
On your planet, on Earth. You pick up the Gatlian, Kenny, and he says, these G3, they're the name of the bad aliens that are turning up. He says, you need to kill them or they'll kill you. Now, at this point, Sharon wanted to talk to me, so I paused the game, and I started talking to her. And when she finished, I unpaused the game. The gun looked right through the screen at me and said, "Did you just pause the fucking game? That in what universe is the pause button shoot? Everyone knows how to pause. Never in history has the pause button ever been the fire button." I was like, wow, did not expect that. But it is the game is actually really meta in parts. Like it references that it's a game several times. But it's funny. I've enjoyed it so far.
Okay.
And you get like a whole range of alien guns that do different things. Like Kenny is basically...
Do they all sound the same?
No, they've all got different voices.
Okay.
But Kenny is basically a pistol with a grenade launcher secondary mode. Your second one you get is a... Oh, what is he? He's a shotgun, but his secondary mode he fires razor discs and so on. Each one has a different personality and different fire modes and all that. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm loving the meta humour. It keeps it fresh.
Okay.
Cool.
But I must point out what I can't remember her name is on that other thing we were listening to. You know, other podcasts are available.
Triple Jump.
Oh, I didn't know whether we should name it or not.
Yeah, it's fine.
But where she said about how the voice dialogue from the gun gets too much at times and that you should be able to turn it off, you can. In fact, right at the start of the game, after the intro sequence, it does actually say if you don't want to hear it talk as much, go to options and change this setting and so on.
Okay.
So you can actually choose to have less dialogue.
So it's aware that it's just like always talking.
Yeah, and it gives you the option to stop it.
Fair enough. I mean,
you could just mute the TV.
But that as well. There is a lot of. I mean, I've only got like past the second area, but there are so many hidden gags and Easter eggs and things.
Yeah,
I mean,
gags.
There's one section you break in through a bad guy's training session, and part of the training session, he says, is for you to wait there for 1 hour to test your resolve. Now, he's supposed to find a way out of the chamber through a broken fence, but you can actually just sit there and wait for a full hour, and he congratulates you for doing it. It's pretty funny.
Do you get an achievement for it?
I don't actually know because I didn't do it. I've just seen a video of someone doing it.
I'll just leave it running, go for a shower or something.
But what was one? Oh, you do get an achievement for killing a kid.
That took a turn.
There's an alien kid who stops
I saw a video of that.
Yeah, there's an
and
alien...
there's like his mum or something appears at some point. It's like,
she's literally just down the path. Yeah,
someone killed my.
No,
kid.
he's not. She's not even like that about it. Yeah, he
No.
stops you and he calls you fresh meat and he starts mocking you.
Fresh
and
meat of Bel Air.
If you try pulling the trigger, your gun tells you off, saying, "Look, I'm not shooting a kid. It's not happening." And he says no about 3 times, and then the kid changes his dialogue, daring you to shoot him. And if you press the button again, you do indeed shoot and kill him. And your gun says, "Wow, didn't think they'd let us get away with that. There goes our A for everyone rating." And you get an achievement called Fallout will not let you do this.
I suppose if you're an achievement hunter, you're gonna have to kill them kids. I mean, it's like BioShock, isn't it? Where you harvest
the little sisters, yeah.
Yeah. So you can either choose to kill them or free them.
The kid's mother is further on down. But she actually explains that she knew it was coming because he's always threatening people, and that he wasn't actually a kid. He was like 100 years old, which in Earth years is like adolescence, but it's not like we shot a 5-year-old, so no big deal. That's literally her dialogue.
Okay.
That's bizarre.
But yeah, it's a very funny game. I wouldn't advise playing it around children for obvious reasons, or anyone who wants to talk to you, because you do need to listen to what's happening in the game to really get it, because if you miss stuff, it's just like a brightly coloured shooting game. But yeah, it is very funny. It's had me laughing a few times.
Okay.
Cool.
Mine, what are you playing?
I got a Vita recently.
Yeah?
I mean, I know I'm late to the game there, but
very late because they've stopped making them and stopped supporting them.
Yeah. So I
That's like me coming out saying, so, got myself an N64.
Bought a Game Boy the other day.
Original.
Anyone ever heard of this GoldenEye? I've never played that before.
Oh my god!
But I got Vita and I've been playing. Mostly I've been playing Final Fantasy X HD remake. Because
screw you. You just don't like Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
in general,
Final Fantasy just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, it was. I thought, I'll give it a go. Something to do. It's a good game.
Are you enjoying it then?
Yeah, actually I am. It's been quite a while since I played that one, and then weird Japanese games and stuff.
Okay.
But they're like just properly weird. I mean, it's just when I go on a review, someone says this is weird. I'm like, I am going to play that. So, but no, I've
is that all it takes to convince you to play a game? someone to say, "Man, that's weird."
Yeah, some of them. I mean, I went through the little weird app store thing for when you've like hacked your Vita and that, and then it's just like looking at stuff like finding the weirdest named game that you can get. And I think the best one that I've got, I've played like briefly, and it's called OMG HD Zombies, and purely just for the thing, and it's like a weird like zombie shooty puzzle thing. And that amused me for about 15 minutes, and then I just went back to Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
But no, I've been right enjoying that because I've just coming back as I follow from work, it's easy to play. Plus with a little one as well, it's easy to play something on a little screen. So I can't playing on the Xbox now. It's very difficult to play stuff like I want to play stuff like Red Dead and stuff, but I really can't play that with a 6-year-old around.
Well, you can.
Not when she understands what's going on.
Well,
And
well, I know we're all hardcore gamers here, but.
Mm.
How's your chicken game?
Now, there's
an actual story.
There is an actual.
I was expecting a little laugh and a move on.
No, they did an update thing where you used to get a thing called a piggy bank on it, where you can get like
a chicken game.
Yeah, and you get these like golden eggs, which are like the currency.
Okay.
And you could send chickens off in a spaceship to get weird artifacts, and you could like deconstruct the artifacts to get the golden eggs. And then you could buy stuff and upgrades and boosts and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they've said to him, he says, "Oh, now how did they put it? So like to simplify the game, we're rather than just giving you the golden eggs, we're putting it in the piggy bank, but we're taking the cap off the piggy bank, so blah blah. You can get this. So basically, stuff that has been free throughout the entire thing, like now we're going to make you pay for it, just because." And that, so I was like, yeah, but I'm far enough on in the game that I really don't need the golden eggs. And that, so I got to like the very last egg. I thought I'm going to try it, but I've gone back to like earn some more stuff. So I reckon I am maybe a month or so away from being able to just absolutely spank the last one and complete the game. So by the next time we do a Paddy, and I'm reasonably confident I will complete egging.
Chicken Lord.
Yeah, I will be like I will be the chicken man.
The big mother clucker.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's cool. But yeah, so no, I am playing that, and I've got like many eggs. Like the weird eggs that give you a boost and stuff.
No, because I don't play it.
What you do? You don't play anything. You just sit there playing with yourself and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And it's much more enjoyable, than like farming eggs.
Yeah, no, but it's a simple concept. If you want chickens,
is it following the state of the world today? And do you have to keep your chickens inside because of bird flu?
Yes and no.
Oh.
Because the highest upgrade chicken house is called a chicken universe, and basically it's a portal to an entire universe of chickens that you can put them in. So technically they go into the portal, but then there's like an entire universe.
And
so
it has,
so
what is
they're
it, 10 billion storage or something like that?
7.
Is it 7?
I think, but then you can upgrade the storage through like the weird little boost thingies.
Yeah.
And
why would you need so many eggs?
Because
supply and demand.
Chickens.
Why, that's so much eggnog.
I mean, I like it how it's like one of these idle games where they're just like trying to
eggnog.
put big numbers on, and I am essentially earning per second more than the entire wealth of the planet.
No, you're not. Now, for years, I've been trying to find eggnog and not being able to buy it. A friend of mine was in Manchester and found a stall in a Christmas market that sold eggnog, and they brought me a bottle.
And
I haven't tried it yet. I'm waiting until Christmas.
Doesn't it go off?
Christmas. I've not opened it.
Well, I don't know. Isn't it just like rum and egg whites or something?
Yeah, and sugar.
Someone told me it's basically like alcoholic custard
and cinnamon or something.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah.
I would like to try some.
Yes, it's quite a bottle, so I'll bring it round to you two between Christmas and New Year when we next meet up.
It's like Christmas morning back, and I was like, yeah, right.
Try some eggnog. I'm just hoping that after all these years, I don't sip it and go, "Oh my god, that tastes like shit."
Maybe it'll be like that Castlemaine Forex moment that we had before, where it's kind of like you had that memory of the beer that you couldn't find anymore. You got it, and it's like, yes, all right, this. So yeah, maybe you won't be disappointed.
I'd had 4X before, but I've not had eggnog before.
Oh, fair.
So,
yeah.
and
it's
the Castlemaine came
thing,
from Australia, so
eggnog,
it's going to be
is.
the proper stuff. Which is like, I'm sure I saw it once over here in like Asda, like over a decade ago. I've just not been able to find it since.
That's because they stopped making it over
And
here.
like, there's people say, "Oh, this is how you make it." It's, no, because if I fuck it up, I might ruin it for life.
Wait,
so,
we're talking about eggnog or Castlemaine?
eggnog.
Okay.
Castlemaine Fornog.
Yes, I can make Castlemaine at home.
I like that.
But anywho, games. So you've been playing your Vita and Final Fantasy X
HD remake, yeah.
HD. Sorry, the important part.
Yeah.
Jamie, you've been playing
High on Life.
High on
and
Life.
also Animal Crossing on my 3DS.
Yeah, because you're a teenage girl.
Screw you.
Someone's got to. I've been playing SnowRunner, which is just like one of these pass-by games, but I watched a video on YouTube of here's 10 games that shouldn't be as good as they are, and it was on there, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that, and it's free on Xbox Live. No, not Xbox Live. Game Pass. Download it, and I've just been playing that.
See, I downloaded
religiously.
it and I had to go, and I couldn't quite get my head around it.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of like throws you into it. You just got to like learn what you have to do, and then like you get different vehicles. Some are better for different jobs than others. Some can have different loadouts for carrying different kind of things, be it like concrete or logs or whatever. You just go around like delivering these cargoes to do various things. There's challenges because it's quite like an off-road truck simulator kind of
like
thing.
Delivery driving simulator.
Yeah, but with like logs and stuff.
Oh.
So you get like your little vehicles, like your Hummers and that. They're called your Scouts. You can put little trailers on them. You can have loads, but depending on the load, adds to the weight. You can watch the suspension drop. That can cause issues, like it can bottom out in places. If you have, like some of the lorries can have, like that have got like a flatbed on the back. You can put like fuel tanks on there, and you can use that to like refuel yourself because fuel management's something they have to think. And the more you put into your tank, the suspension goes up a little bit more as the weight is coming off the back.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
because I mean, you know, the weight's obviously not on the truck anymore. It's just on the.
it's further forward because that's where the tanks are. Snorkels. Some vehicles can have snorkels, so you can wade through like deeper water. You can change the tyres because some tyres are better for different things than others. It's quite in depth, and even though it's like really quite basic in its thing, it with some of the terrain, it's like I'm picking like one thing up, I'm going a couple of maps over and delivering it. Because of the condition, it can take like an hour or so to get there, but it's like weirdly satisfying. But time just flies past when you're playing it. It's weird. You got to watch your damage as well. If you roll over, you can either teleport back to the garage, but then if you had a load on the back, that's kind of left where it is. So you have to maybe rig a crane up and then like lift it back onto a trailer or whatever, or you can go into another one of your trucks, come out and try and like winch it back up and things. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's so simple, but I'm really enjoying it. So I've just been playing that a lot. It's a big-ish game. There are different seasons that you can buy.
So is it like
to extend the game that brings out a lot of different maps and vehicles and that? So you kind of like doubling the game up every season if you want. So you know.
So you go to work and do deliveries.
Come home and
then you
do
come
deliveries.
home and do. So you've got a work simulator.
Yeah, but if I get stuck in the game, that's fine. If I get stuck in the van in the middle of nowhere, it's like, shit, who do I need to ring for this?
You don't get teleported back to the pet shop.
Yeah, but it's it's easy gaming. It's not
Yeah.
something you're having to like focus too hard on or put too much thought into. I mean, the only kind of thoughts you're putting in is like, right, which vehicle would be best for this? See which route you should take because there's some obstacles or something in one place that your truck won't manage, or you can even bring another truck with you. You can tow it, and then it automatically like tows behind you. So then you can just jump between trucks. So if one gets stuck, you can use the other one to tow you out, kind of thing. Or you can play with friends, and they can help you.
Cool.
So yeah, if you get bored, James, I'll show you what to do.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, I've just been playing that more than I've been playing. I've not played like Elden Ring for months. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's a heavy game.
That seems to have got a lot of press, and then I've not heard anything about it for a while.
Because
Seems to have faded off.
Pretty much like every new Souls game that comes out.
It's because like the world's moved on, and there's other things they need to report, and they can't constantly report about a game that's been out for a while when there's other
Well,
things
yeah, I mean,
to
just reporting
report.
about games, but it's just like general chit chat. It doesn't seem to be. You know,
I think everyone's just knows
got-
what's happening with it now.
Go over
so.
it now, yeah. Novelty's one off.
But no, coming home from work and then playing that, like that eats up hours like nothing. And if work early the next day, I can't be doing with that because I'll look at my phone again and it'll say like it's midnight. It's like, oh shit, that time's gone.
Yeah, I've got to be at work in a couple
My
of hours.
coffee's
Back to
gone
work.
cold because I've just been staring at the screen. So I mean, yeah, and with it being like as big and in depth as it is, it's just a lot to take in with that game. So I kind of sideline it to play something easygoing like SnowRunner, which also eats hours up, but is a little more calming. Except when you're trying to like deliver things and you keep rolling your truck over, so like, fuck's sake. So you have to get into your other truck and like hook a winch up to a certain point and like try and get it back on its wheels or whatever. But it's fun. I like it.
Cool.
Easy going.
Sounds cool.
It is. What you been watching? Anything new?
Watch that thing on the television.
That narrows it down.
Was it good?
What's that dude? What used to be in Office? Who's married to Emily Blunt? Who's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Krasinski or something?
Yeah, him. And he's got, is it like Jack Ryan or something, or whatever it's called, that weird like thing where he's like CIA.
Yeah,
operative.
my dad likes that.
I think I watched 2 episodes of that.
I think it is Jack Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, it's some thing. And that seemed interesting. And then I thought it was slightly, I mean, originally I thought, oh, it's going to be, he's an office guy who, you know, he's just thrust into field work, and it's kind of like, oh, yes, he's completely out of place. No, he's an ex United States Marine Corps guy. So I'm like, so he's not really out of place, is he?
It was in a film, like 13 Hours, about the war in Iraq, some operation. But I remember watching that film, and everyone in it had a beard. So I when I couldn't remember the name, I was like, oh, it's Beard the movie. Because everyone just has a different kind of beard going on. And it's like, it's just beard. There's so much hair in that film. So much.
I am waiting for the day when they let me have a beard at work. That'll be cool.
Instead of your stash.
Instead of my Freddie Mercury.
How come you can have a stash but you can't have a beard?
I don't know.
You can't pull on the stash as easy as you can a beard.
It's purely because like the dude who's at the top of the army just doesn't like beards. You know, the RAF and the Navy are both allowed beards, but we're not, because he's like, hey, we have to look professional. It's kind of like the Navy doesn't. I mean, I know we all take the mick, but it's just, yeah.
Maybe for religious reasons.
I've heard of a dude who legitimately did that.
Yeah, so have I.
He claimed to be like a Sikh and that, and he fully wore a turban to work and everything and that, and then when he left, he just stopped and he's like, well, you're not religious now, I literally did this just so I didn't have to shave. It's really, really funny. But it's ridiculous. But no, yeah, I miss having a beard. That's why I'm not shaving over the entire Christmas leave.
Good for you.
So, yeah,
Let's see how much stubble you'll get.
I'm doing quite well. I mean, what's this? It's like 3 days.
It's like a 2 o'clock shadow.
Could be worse.
Yeah, well.
Right.
So, have you been enjoying Jack Ryan?
From the 2 episodes that I've seen.
Oh, is that it? Right.
Yeah.
Have you been watching anything else?
I watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Classic.
Yeah,
And
classic.
I was bored. I was like,
One
"Do you
I've
know
actually
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
the bit that got me, and I don't know how I've never noticed this before, but at the very
Were you
begin-
like, this isn't Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Another
No.
one I've seen.
the bit
Good.
that gets me is when they bust out the prison at the beginning. It's like they go down into the sewers and they
A feat of strength.
No, that's Men in Tights again.
the best bit is when they bust out into the main street and they just like push up the like manhole cover, and it's like, yes, because they had like,
Sewers back
you know,
then.
checker plate cast iron manhole covers in like 1800s, you know, sort of there. I'm like, it just made me laugh, and I had to pause it and just send a screen grab to my dad going, how have I not noticed
It's a good film,
this?
except for the fact that it's American Kevin Costner.
It's
playing.
yeah, but it's really funny. It's just like it's a fun Robin Hood movie.
It is.
And
Yeah.
it's got Morgan Freeman in it. Morgan Freeman's cool.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it's been
a
that long
general
since I've seen it. I
consensus.
didn't realise he was in it.
Yeah.
He's like one of the main characters. He's like the
secondary.
secondary character after Robin Hood.
It's been that many
plays
years
the
since I've
black
seen
man.
it.
Yeah.
He plays the black man. That's funny.
Yeah.
In the film, yeah.
Yeah,
Not in real life.
and it kind of made me think as well, because I know how I came onto it, because I was thinking of something to watch. And where,
Couldn't grab the tissue in time.
no, it's because they filmed it because
Did they?
I'm based near Richmond, and they filmed it about 20 minutes away from where I work.
Richmond, the
bits-
sausage place.
Yeah, where the bit where he crosses the river and meets the
John Little.
John Little, and does all that bit.
His merry men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've it's about 20 minutes away from where I work. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna watch that.
Have you been to that river?
I have fallen in that river pretty much where Kevin.
Did John Little hit you in there?
I didn't go over the waterfall. This was like when I was little.
Let down.
But I just roundabout where they were filming it. I remember sort of walking around, and I was like, "Oh, they made a film here," and then I fell in. And I get pulled out. So yeah,
You pulled out. Well done.
so that was so that's my claim to fame. I've nearly drowned in a movie set.
Cool.
It's like a big
Jamie, what have
Yo.
you been watching?
Me and Mrs. have been watching House.
Nice.
one. Oh, my missus has been watching that too.
Yeah, well, Sharon had never seen it before, and she's always loving
It's not lupus.
Oh, apparently there's an episode where it is.
Yeah, I think there is.
medical programs like Grey's Anatomy and
No.
stuff. And I'm like, if you want to watch a medical program, let's at least watch a decent one. So I put House on, and she's been hooked on it ever since.
Let's watch the not very medically accurate House.
Mm.
Apparently, no, an ER doctor listed it quite high in accuracy compared to others.
Yeah, I think it ranks as like not so much because it's getting all these cases brought to you.
There's
It
like
doesn't
all
happen
these
often.
mysterious things where the doctors are like, "Oh, we have to leave the hospital and go search their house for."
I
something."
mean,
It's
that's probably real.
it's like
Breaking
it's
an
more
entry.
like a police drama with like drugs.
Well, where the illness is the criminal rather than the
Yeah,
person.
pretty much. Because I mean, why? I mean, have you ever seen an NHS hospital where it's like, do you know, I'm going to go raid his flat, see if he's got some paracetamol?
I
stacked
don't
on the
know
bed?
because I'll be in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, we
Well,
never know.
funny thing, I said if I ended up in hospital with a proper serious illness, I'd want a doctor like House, one that doesn't give a shit about me
Just
as a
insults
person.
you and
Yeah,
Yeah,
berates
no,
you.
doesn't care about me as a person, cares more about the illness and treatment.
Is that why you hang around with us?
Oh, yeah, just to get berated by you both.
Yeah, because we don't care about you as a person.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's funny.
Have you finished it or are you still watching?
No, still watching it. We're on season 3 at the minute.
Oh, that's really.
Have you
early
watched the one with the copper in it who don't like him?
Oh, yeah, that whole arc that goes on for like 8 episodes.
Oh, I don't know. My missus had it on in the background whilst I was playing like Final Fantasy. And
Yeah, it's because
weird
he,
games and that, and it was like, oh, he's interested. Oh, fair
Yeah,
enough,
because he
he's gone.
basically sticks a thermometer up the guy's arse and walks out, and then for like 8 episodes after the cop,
just has
keeps
a vendetta against him.
yeah, keeps framing him. Well, not framing him, but keeps finding stuff and he tries to get him fired for malpractice and drug addiction and all sorts of other stuff.
Things that
Yeah.
he should have probably got fired for.
Yeah.
But yeah, that arc's over now. We've passed that.
Well, fair enough.
No, it's a very good series.
I do enjoy House.
Yeah, I have the box set.
It's an interesting. I watch it with my missus, and it's like mildly amusing, but I can't see it as something that I'd actually sit down and watch myself.
When I got the box set one Christmas and I based it through and watched them all in just a short matter of weeks. It
Is
was
it on,
like I got home from work, put it on.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah,
so
but this
we're
was
watching it
before that. This was
Yeah.
a couple of years ago when I
We're
got
watching it on Amazon.
Other streaming services are available. Not with House on them.
it. And they're all expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Not when you've got your mates on your one at home.
Well, yeah.
Buying Paw
Just
Patrol.
don't, or they'll cut us off.
No, to be fair, I have got my own Amazon now.
Just don't buy Paw Patrol again.
Yeah, we all know that you're really just the one watching it.
Yeah, did you enjoy it, Martin?
Oh, do you know what? I would take Paw Patrol any day over that abomination of entertainment and just god-level bad parenting that is Bluey.
Bluey is so much better than Paw Patrol.
Jesus Christ, if there's ever a case for putting a dog down, then that just...
You must be watching a completely different show to me, because I think the parents in Bluey are fantastic.
No, just the amount of stuff that those kids get away with.
It's like every kid's program.
No.
Like Fireman Sam with that, is it
No,
Norman?
if you want to see an example
What
of...
a little dickhead.
But
if you wanna see
naughty Norman
exam-
gets told off for stuff. Bluey will be an absolute little shit, and he's like, "Don't worry, we will just change what we do because you're being a little wanker."
No, that's Peppa Pig.
No, it's bloody Bluey.
Bluey's nowhere near that bad.
Peppa Pig's on...
I've seen them discipline Bluey several times when she's getting out
but
of
not
line.
nearly enough. I've been watching that in background with like my missus and that. I've
Yeah,
said,
in the
seriously,
background, you've not been paying attention
I
to
have.
it.
I've said if that was my kid and that, never mind just being nice and honest and saying, "Oh, we'll talk about this later." I would have been setting fire to their toys and making them watch. If that was my kid.
Why?
I don't like Bluey.
Why are we still debating kids' TV programs?
Because we're parents.
It's atrocious. It's terrible.
No, Peppa Pig is atrocious and
Peppa
terrible.
Pig's terrible. Peppa Pig is the reason why my little one doesn't have a Yorkshire accent.
Kids' TV programs are just bad influence anyway, because just look at like Tracy Beaker back in the day. She was a little shit, and she always got away with it.
Horrid Henry.
Well,
Dennis the Menace.
I mean, I didn't like Tracy Beaker, but that was back in the day when it's kind of, it's like the naughty kid.
They're
and
all just bad role models.
Yeah, but you're laughing at the naughty kid and you know that they're being a naughty kid. But when they're trying to present that naughty kid as,
yeah, but when that kid don't get punished, and they're just like, no, you.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
I'm not.
Apart from kids' TV programs, anyone else been watching anything?
We finished Young Sheldon now. No, not really.
I watched a little while back now. I watched a film. I can't remember if I talked about this on last Paddy, and it was that one on Amazon with the dude what plays the fat guy in Game of Thrones. Do you know the one who's like the monk who goes off and gets real clever?
Samuel Tarly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not on about Moonfall here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just saw that.
I'm sure we've discussed this before,
Yeah.
but what a shit film that is.
I watched that. I thought that looks so atrocious that I just have to witness this.
That
was a while back.
I watched it, and because it is that whole thing of there was CG where there didn't need to be CG, like when the main
was a
dude
film where there didn't need to be one.
gets on a motorbike and rides off. That was all done in CG, and it's like, why couldn't they have just got a guy on a motorbike to just ride
when they
past?
had the motorbike
Yeah.
as well?
No. Oh God. Yeah. I remember seeing it advertised before it came on the cinema. I thought, oh, that looks quite interesting. I'm so glad I didn't go to the cinema to see that. Oh God, yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. No.
So I watched a short series on Netflix called 1899. That was really weird. Set in the year 1899.
Cool.
A cruise liner from back then, kind of Titanic resembling steam powered thing, disappears. 4 months later, another ship goes out and picks up a signal from a Morse code signal from the ship. Series goes on really weird. It's time jumpy, it's sci-fi, it's subtitled, but it's a real head mush, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
So there's that. I started watching the new Willow series on Disney,
I
based on the film. You know the film?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis. Val
Oh,
Kilmer.
I've seen adverts. Is that the one where he's like some like tiny little wizard?
Like he was in the film Willow.
I didn't know there was a film.
Yeah, the film's is 80s? Well, no,
Something like
probably
that.
be 90s, early 90s.
I've slept since then.
Never actually seen it, but I know of it.
It's a good film, and I I've watched like 3 episodes of it, and it's become very Disney, trying to be more with the times, with the modern times. And Warwick Davis, I know his heart's still in it because he's always liked the role of Willow, but he's still acting like it's a campy 80s fantasy film when everyone else is acting like modern PC kind of thing. So it's a culture clash, maybe? I don't know, but it's not got the heart and soul.
It could be worse.
I mean, it could always be worse, but...
I'll say there's 3 words that can prove it could be worse. And the second 2 are of power. The film shall not be mentioned.
I've not watched it, and I've not watched Game of Thrones. New one, The House of the Dragon or whatever.
It's just...
I'm glad you mentioned that, actually, because at work the other night, when we had a bit of a quiet period, one of my colleagues put The Rings of Power on, and we went through about 4 episodes. I actually quite enjoyed it. I didn't see what the problem was.
The problem is that it's just...
Martin's the problem.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
It's if it was its own entity, that would be one thing. But it's just taking a pre-established, very well fleshed out, I think it's fair to say.
I know people aren't happy with the ending of season 1.
They've basically thought, here is the works of Tolkien. I'm going to wipe my ass with them.
How so, though? Don't just give me an analogy. Give me a reason why.
It's just how they're treating the characters, how they've changed the characters, the attitudes of the characters, how they work. It's just it's not.
The only 2 characters I've noticed that I've recognised, from the originals are Elrond and Galadriel, for obvious reasons, who are in this series both very young. So, of course, they're not going to be the same as they are in the films where they're a lot older and a lot more experienced and learned.
No, it's how...
Do you think... what's his name? I've forgotten his name already. Elrond. Do you think he was always, like, broody and grumpy all through his life?
Basically, there's pre-established law on those characters. I mean, there is... Like when I say very well fleshed out, I mean, he has written volumes on the characters, on everything.
And is it different in the series to what it is in the established law? It's kind of the whole... Because I've not read... I wouldn't know.
With STD, where they turned around and says, oh, isn't it revolutionary because we've finally got a female lead in Star Trek? And then just like, Janeway. You know, it's that. They're just taking something and they're thinking, here is an established thing. We're going to use the credibility... Do you know that bit in The Simpsons with Tom Hanks? And he's like, oh, yeah, the government's lost its credibility, so it's going to borrow some of mine. That's what they're doing. They're going to say, we are going to use the prestige of this franchise.
So does the storyline of The Rings of Power change the story what has already been written? Because I've not read about the past.
It's massively complicated. But it's just basically how they
Has it changed it? Or?
It's how they're treating the characters, how they're portraying the characters is not faithful and is not true.
Right, so they've changed it then.
It's not true to the originals.
Right, because I've not read...
There's always altercation. It's just how they've done it. Even like I heard, even the Tolkien sort of estate didn't want them to have it, but because that era of Middle Earth or some crap like that is the only thing
people
that they
just
could
want
get
more
the
Lord
rights
of
to.
the Rings, so they're going to make it.
See, I didn't know there was already backstories written to the characters from when they were young, so I couldn't.
Well, they've got like the whole Silmarillion thing,
I've
which
not
is
read
like
the Silmarillion, though. That's why.
Well, it's like all like history of Middle Earth. They got like poems of elves and all sorts. They've got. It's not.
See, the only
right. It's not natural.
The only complaint I've actually had about the series, and it's not even a big one, is that the female dwarves do not have beards. It's well established in Tolkien and in many other fantasy things that female dwarves have beards just as big as the blokes.
Sorry to butt in, but all I can imagine now after saying that is The Life of Brian, where all them women were wearing with the fake beards just going around.
But that's kind of like one aspect of it, but pretty much kind of symbolises the kind of the respect that they've got for the source material.
Yeah, that's the only complaint I have about it, is the fact that the female dwarves don't have beards.
The problem they've got at the
You're like a hairy woman.
Yeah.
Not particularly, but I just like the idea of
hairy woman.
just the idea of bearded dwarven women walking around, just like hard to tell them from the blokes.
Yeah, but
Because that's even a line in The Lord of the Rings. It's like there's so what is it Gimli says? It's hard. There's so few dwarf women that
there's a rumour that we don't have them or something like that.
No, there's a rumour that dwarves just spring up in the ground, but it's not true. You just don't see dwarven women that often. And you see Aragorn look at that, what's her name, who fancies him, and he just sort of looks at her and goes, "It's the beards."
But no, that I think that's a problem with material nowadays. Everyone's too afraid to be original. That they're like, we're going to take something and we're going to remake it, and we're going to expect everyone to have the same excitement and respect for it, but we're going to not respect that. I mean, they did the same thing. It's why everything's a remake, everything's a rehash. There's like a new universe. There's nothing original. Absolutely nothing.
That said, I'm just going to branch off onto another thing I've been watching, where like I don't generally watch like spin-offs or origins or things like that because I feel it's more of a milking process than anything.
Yeah.
However, I watched. Is it on Disney or it might? I think it's Netflix actually. I watched Wednesday.
That's on Netflix. I want to
I've
see
seen
that.
adverts for that, but I've not.
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix.
I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It's only like 8 episodes long. Netflix have obviously got this thing of like they've not cancelled it or anything, but they
not
have.
going to renew it.
They have
popular,
this
so they
thing
won't.
of they'll run a series and then they'll just cancel it because it's costing them too much money and it's just not got the views.
Yeah.
And this is Netflix's main problem at the moment, that their past is catching up with them now and they're struggling. But no, Wednesday, really recommend it. Actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, considering it's like a teenage girl mystery thing in the Addams Family universe.
Cool.
But no, enjoyed it.
Well, I'm hoping it's good, like you say, because I was really disappointed with the CGI Addams Family film.
I've not watched it because I
don't.
didn't want to.
No, just don't. It's
The
awful.
problem with the Addams Family is they've got the boots of I've forgotten his name. The dude, what was like Gomez in the
Raul Julia.
Yeah, him. And that he's like it's like when they remade Aladdin and that with Will Smith. Will Smith's brilliant, he's funny, but there's no one is ever going to be the genie other than Robin Williams now.
You know,
And it's the
Raul
same
Julia wasn't the first Gomez.
Well, I know he wasn't the first Gomez, but when people think of Gomez, they think of him.
That's true.
It's kind of like Dyson wasn't like the first person to make a Hoover, but everyone's got a Dyson.
This
Never had a
is
Dyson.
the
You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
some of the callback from when Wednesday's released. People were like mocking how Gomez looks.
He's like
Not
a cartoon version or something, isn't he? Or more
Yeah,
modelled on that.
they're not understanding that this Gomez is based on original comic strip Gomez, and this is how he looks.
But this is what I mean. Yeah, that is. But it's in everyone's subconscious, and that's not the image they'd think of when they jump to him.
My complaint my main complaint against the animated Addams Family film, again, don't watch it, it's terrible, was not just the way he looked, because again, like the new one, he looks like the original comic strip Gomez. It was the way he acted. Gomez is a devoted family man and probably one of the greatest men who ever lived personality-wise. But in the animated film, he is an absolute moron who is nothing more than a comic foil to his wife. You know, he's like, whatever you say, darling, I'll just be a footstool for you. I've got no opinion of my own.
In the short times that you see him in Wednesday,
what's he actually like in Wednesday? I've seen what he looks like, but I don't know what he's like personality-wise.
How he should be. He's not a bumbling idiot. He very much loves his family. Him and Morticia are obviously deeply and comfortably in love around everyone, but you know he's not an idiot.
Good. That's how it should be.
Does Morticia have that weird like mirror thing on the eyes? That was like a classic thing where it's just no matter where she goes, she had like the weird someone just basically reflecting a mirror into her face.
No,
that was just a classic thing. Wasn't
that's
it?
from the films, isn't it? Yeah. No, but Morticia's played by help me out, Jamie.
I don't know who she is.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Is she? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
The oldest person to play Morticia, apparently, because she's like 53. But, damn.
Oh, that was another
She's
thing.
a good 53.
That was another thing. Morticia in the movies, in the Addams Family.
Well, she's like a stick, isn't she?
Not just that, but personality-wise, she had a very cool exterior about her, but she, again, like Gomez, she was very loving, very supportive and all that, but she gave off this outside persona of coolness. The animated film, she is, because Gomez is such a bumbling idiot, she is a proper ice queen bitch, the kind of person you just don't like. Like, every word out of your mouth, you just like, shut the hell up.
No, like, watch Wednesday, you'll get some redemption.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
it needs redemption. So yeah, I look forward to
Addams
watching
Family
that.
Law, but no, did thoroughly enjoy it, and I watched the entirety of The Walking Dead as well. So
You're ahead of me then.
I'm from the start right to the finish.
Has it
based
actually
away from
finished
that.
now? Have
Yeah,
they
it's
stopped?
No, it's not finished
They're
because
going on the.
it sets up like 3 different branches. So it's not
there's a
the
spin-off.
final.
There's
No, I
another
mean,
spin-off
has it-
coming, and
has
there's
it-
3 movies.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the main series is finished.
But
Yes.
that's what I mean. It's kind of like Stargate finished when SG-1 finished. There was more, but I'm like, I don't consider that. That is an end.
main
to...
SG-1 finished. Yeah.
Yeah, SG. So
Walking
Stargate
Dead is
finished.
finished, but there's
So Walking Dead
still
is finished.
there's
There's
a
spin-offs, but it doesn't matter. if
there's
you
a
watch it.
spin-off coming off that's starring Negan and Daryl, the 2 coolest characters.
No, I think it's Negan and what's her face.
Narrows it down.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Negan and Maggie, isn't it?
Maggie, that's the one. Then there's
3 Rick Grimes movies.
There's a Rick and Michonne one, and
Didn't he want to quit playing the character, or to getting someone else to play him now?
No, he's coming back.
Oh.
He's actually in the last episode for
I
like a
think
split second.
he just he wanted to go off and just do some other things for a while.
But yeah, he's coming back for 3 movies.
I thought the
And-
character was dead.
No, he
He
got flown off in a
disappeared.
helicopter.
Oh,
and
you do.
then there'll be a Daryl Dixon one as well. But like,
Yeah,
where-
wasn't Daryl supposed to be with Carol, but apparently she's not doing it now.
yeah, I mean, by the end of the whole thing, I disliked Carol.
She's gone through so many character changes,
I
it's
gave up.
unreal.
gave up caring a long time ago.
But now that like main series Walking Dead's finished, that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Like, if the Rick and Michonne ones are films, I might watch them, but I'm not bothered about spin-offs.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat happy with where it ended. Well, no, not even somewhat. I'm happy with where it ended. So,
Do you remember when in entertainment there used to be that old thing of always leave them wanting more?
yeah, and that's how it ended.
No one grasps that concept anymore.
Because I personally disagree with it. I don't want to want more. I want a satisfying ending that go, well, that was brilliant, let's move on now.
But I know,
I
but
don't want to want more. I don't want to be sat there going, well, no,
Well,
I want
there's-
more.
there's-
Well, give me more, give me more.
Yeah,
don't
but I
want
mean,
that.
does it? You can have like your satisfying ending, but it's like that was good. I enjoyed that, and it's kind of like, oh, I like that universe. It was brilliant, and it's kind of like, oh, that was. I mean, there was a satisfying ending to Star Wars, but now we've got to find out about fucking Luke Skywalker becoming a monk and drinking weird milk and sinking his X-wing.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just kind of like
Toy Story 4 didn't need to happen. Toy Story 3 had such a satisfying ending.
Which one's number 4? I forget number 4.
The one
Woody,
where they
Woody leaves the party.
yeah, the one where they end up in the campground and there's like Gabby Gabby, the talking doll. It was such a cash grab, that movie.
Which one's the one with the big pink bear in the daycare centre?
That's
3.
the 3rd one.
Oh, fair enough. That's about as far as I've seen them.
You've not? I'm sure you've seen the 4th one.
I might have, but I can't remember.
It's
it.
the one with Sporky in it, where Bonnie creates the little fork. With
Yeah, I've technically seen that, but in the same way that I'll probably just been like playing on my PSP or something.
yeah, you didn't miss much. It
Yeah.
it didn't need to happen, that movie. The
I mean,
3rd one was the perfect ending.
Third
Yeah,
one was
I
good.
agree.
You know, it was nice. They had that's it. There's a satisfying ending, but it's kind of
But that didn't leave me wanting more.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like you happy you enjoyed the thing. You ended on a high. That was brilliant. You know, it's kind
There's films where that have ended where I do want more, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to see another one. But I know that if they did, it would
it just
ruin it.
devalues it. Yeah.
So I'd happily take that wanting more,
Yeah.
but not getting more.
I mean, I pretty much made it into my like mid to late teens before there was more than 3 Star Wars movies, and now in the same amount of time as from when I was born to when the prequels were made, there's now just like there's just billions of them, and just stuff. Mandalorian was brilliant, but at this point, I'm like, just stop.
Mandalorian was
But
fantastic.
then they ruined things with like the Boba Fett thing.
Boba
where
Fett was alright. I like Boba Fett.
Half
Wasn't
the
Mandalorian, but it
series
was
is
good.
Mandalorian. So if
They
if
had
you're
to do
just-
it to rescue it, didn't they?
If you're wanting to watch like just Mandalorian, there's some episodes of the Boba Fett one that you're going to have to watch to carry on his line.
Boba Fett was just Mandalorian like 1.2.
But no, again, cash grab. They went in with an idea of people like Boba Fett. Let's make a series. How shall we do it? I don't know. Let's just X-wing it. Well, this is run on. This
We've insulted Disney enough now.
So festive episode. Oh my God, we've crammed so much Christmas in.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas, isn't it?
We're going to have so many Christmas poops. It's just... Oh, I've eaten too much Christmas over this, Paddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all turkey stuffing out.
I'm excited in the next Paddy to find out how Jamie's missus liked her notebook.
When this is released in, like, April.
It's kind of, we could have her on Paddy. It's kind of like, oh, Shazza, what do you get for Christmas from your fella? Stationery.
It won't be like that. It is stuff she's asked for.
Pad and pen.
Yeah, pad and pen. Yeah.
It's stuff she's asked for.
I haven't given you my news.
Go on.
Oh,
I booked a holiday next year.
Oh, aye.
I'm going to Iceland.
Oh, you're going to the Penis
bugger.
Museum.
What? Can you both say that, but individually?
I said, you bugger.
Yes,
In
I am.
Iceland, there's like a penis museum.
Yes, I know. And I'll be sure to send you pictures when I'm there.
Cool. So you're going to go to Iceland and send me dick pics?
Yeah.
Dude,
Just someone else's.
Nordic
like-
stuff.
Guess which one's mine?
Oh, I saw
Photos of anything Viking stuff.
Snow?
Iceland was one of the main places. That
Well,
Vikings
technically,
lived.
well, no.
Basically,
I'm-
Scandinavia.
Pictures of
I
Terry
am
Katona.
going to disagree with you. In Iceland, you will not find Viking stuff because Viking was an occupation. You went Viking, and when you went Viking, you came to England.
All
so
right,
there's more
I won't-
Viking here.
Okay, I won't use.
There are Viking things there, though.
Well, I know, but you didn't.
Okay, I won't
Yeah.
use the layman term. I'll use the proper term: Nordic stuff, Norse stuff,
So
Yes, like
you could just have
ancient Scandinavian.
I will
stuff.
do.
So
I
you
will
could
do
just
that
have, like,
for
a
you.
Thank you, Joe.
It's okay.
Thank you.
or something like that.
See, at least Joe knows what I'm on about.
Send him like an empty.
I'll
like,
send him
take
dick
over like a
pics as well.
Volvic mineral water thing, but fill it like water from fjords or something.
Well, some of the water that comes from Iceland is some of like the purest, neatest, tastiest water you'll
Ooh,
ever drink.
nice. I want
That you
some
can
of
just
now.
drink straight from the wilds
I want some of that.
because it's just glacier water.
Just anywhere up a hill with moving water, pretty much you can do. I mean, I'll admit, yeah.
There's
the
hot
freshness
springs and
will
that
be
there,
different.
so you don't want to drink hot water.
Yeah, just like warm tap water's weird.
But like everything, even like their alcohol and things, it's all made with like Icelandic water, so it's like the purest.
They have like loads of like geothermal stuff and all.
Yeah, they got a lot of geothermal pools, which I'll
Aldi does.
find.
I think it's called Alska. It's basically Icelandic cider. It's very nice, very
Okay.
tasty. It's probably made with their water.
If it's
Filtered through their
imported from
kidneys first.
Ireland, then yes.
Ireland?
It will be.
You mean Iceland?
Iceland. Yeah, I'll send you all the turkey dinosaurs and Kerry Katona pictures that I can find.
Yeah,
But no, so that's end of April through into start of May. April, May, May.
yeah. May does come after April.
Yeah.
So
Good.
during April, May, there'll be no like campouts or Paddy or out like that.
Well, you two homos can, but
Well, yeah, I suppose we could.
I mean before then I'll be fine. But like I really had to push my luck with work because I've booked like 2 weeks off and then I'll be back at work for like 3 weeks and then I'm off to go to download again. So I'm getting all my holidays in next year. So I'm hoping next year's going to be a good year.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah. So I'll be sure to bring
Icelandic
Jamie
dick pics.
something Icelandic back. Martin, I'll bring you something from the
Penis
dick
museum.
gift shop. and
The dick shop.
the dick shop.
Cool. Yeah.
So as long as you're down with that, and I'm good to go. But yeah, the flights are already booked. I've still got to look at I'm getting Christmas out of the way, get that paid off, and look into accommodation, car hire, because I won't just be staying in one place. Because there's a lot to see. There's a crash plane that I want to see. I want to go on a glacier tour in this big monster truck thing that goes round. I want to go whale spotting on a boat.
Dude, lots of photos.
It'd be difficult to go whale spotting when you're not on a boat.
Well, you can stand on the shoreline, I suppose, if you've got a good pair of binoculars. But no, I want to go out on a boat.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I'll be eating all of the hot dogs and skier yogurt because...
Oh, that'd be weird. Eating a hot dog in a penis museum.
Iceland's a very expensive place because most things are imported in.
Well, there's no there.
So everything is expensive. But the one things that are more reasonably priced, like local produce. So, like lamb, because the breed hardy sheep out there. So apparently everyone says if you need to go cheap, the hot dogs, because I think they're made with lamb. I say the hot dogs are great, and ski because they produce a lot of yogurt out there. But whereas over here you get the Icelandic style ski yogurt, which either comes in strawberry or vanilla. Apparently over there they do creme brulee flavoured ones and loads of different.
Is this kind of like in Japan where you can get wasabi flavoured Kit Kats and that sort of thing?
Probably. But something I probably won't be trying is Greenland shark, which is just
the fermented stuff. Yeah.
Shark to get all the toxins out of it.
I saw a video of that and you could smell the video. It
just smells of ammonia because all it is just dried. Because all that ammonia comes out of it, and so you don't think about it when you eat it. Some people say the best way to take it is in a drink. You put a cube of it in a drink. The drink is termed Black Death.
That's encouraging.
And apparently then it tastes quite nice, but it's got a burning sensation. Just the meat on its own has a burning sensation after you've kind of eaten it, and that's the ammonia in it. So
you got to try it.
I don't think I want to.
Just do it. Just have it on video.
You got to do it for Paddy.
Yeah. For the pads.
Yeah, you got to do it for the pads.
Is it Greenland where they have that weird fermented fish in the can, or is that
I mean, that's probably anywhere that specialises in fish.
Yeah, but they had that. That's a weird sort of
Scarborough specialises in fish.
Yeah, but I mean, there's seafood is a very varied and wide.
There's a lot of
genre
food in the
of food. Yeah, I mean, you can't get good sushi in a fish and chip shop on the Yorkshire coast.
No, you cannot.
I mean, to be fair, there's some fish and chip shops that do serve it really undercooked, so it's probably considered sushi. But
yeah, you're halfway there.
Yeah. I digress anyway. Sorry.
So yeah, I mean that's so far the plan. I'll be seeing many a waterfall and walking on the black sand beaches.
Nice.
Seeing all them beaches and hoes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, don't forget the Icelandic women as well. Apparently, from what I've seen, they're all very lovely over there.
Apparently so.
He's never noticed.
I'll let you know.
I don't need photos of. Your word of mouth will do.
I don't know if I can sneak in a sly picture. It's street photography. It's fine. It's accepted. Iceland is meant to be very nice people there, and the crime rate is practically nil because they're just general.
So
nice
basically, you
people.
could go there and be a crime boss because there's just no crime there.
I probably wouldn't get away with it because there'll be no crime for a reason, I suppose. Maybe the police are just on form.
So I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you pesky Vikings.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you pesky tourists.
Yeah. But no, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so that's that. So, well, hey.
I haven't got any holidays booked. Have you?
No.
I mean, I'd love to go to these places with you two, but you two are lame and have families. And even if you could come, the moment you try and turn to your partners and go, "Can I go on holiday? Just me." for 2 weeks.
I can't
And
go on
they'll be like,
holiday with you. I'm going to go on holiday with another
absolutely
man.
100% no. I mean, Martin could probably get away with it because he'll be like, "Oh, I'm being deployed for 2
Yeah, I'm
weeks
being deployed
to the
a
war in
glacier.
Iceland."
Yeah.
But you, I don't know.
No.
They have to get like a cardboard cut out of you to move around the house or
The
something.
last time I actually spent any time away from home, away from Sharon and the kids, was for my nana's funeral down south.
Well, you had to drop that bombshell on us, didn't you?
Well, it was a few years ago
On
now.
that cheery
Way to
note,
keep it jovial. You know?
Yeah.
way to end the Christmas episode.
And God bless us, everyone.
Ghost of Christmas Past going out here.
Oh.
Anyway, it's time. We need to celebrate the Christmas period. We're back after Christmas once I've watched Muppet Christmas Carol,
Of course.
the best Christmas film.
Indeed.
And from there, so signing off is Martin.
Goodbye. Happy Christmas and all that.
Well done, Martin. That was very pleasant of you.
Thank you.
Jamie?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Good night, y'all.
Yeah, I agree.
I suppose if he wasn't sat in the car, he'd probably drop the mic.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, because
Die Hard is a Christmas film, y'all.
you'd make me pay for it if I did. Yes. See you later, all.
Yeah, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Ho, ho, ho.
Sing a Christmas song, Martin,
To
to sign us out.
Jingle bells.
Batman smells.
Robin pooed himself. I don't know.